Here we go.
This is gonna be a mess. Go
Oh man,
for
that's
it.
good. No, and that's funny. He's like, hey, how you doing, Rambo, my friend, my dear good buddy? And Rambo goes like, in his mind, he's just being quiet. Oh God, shut up, just shut up.
No, he's like, I don't like nothing you said about Donald Trump. I want to deport you and all your people.
Whoa, let's not start a thing.
Damn.
Me and Rambo, we always joke like that. We always just racistly joke against each other, don't we, Rambo?
You're racist.
Let's just
Yeah, pretty
racistly
much.
joke casually against you. Like that's fantastic. Let's just racistly joke.
We
I'm
do
sure-
it all the time. It's hilarious.
Oh, dude, like you know as well as I do for Tonga, that chick is gonna be pregnant, right? You're gonna be a daddy soon.
Oh,
Do
no.
not.
Okay.
No,
So
it was
do you-
honestly
do you-
protection.
you need to send me a link right now where this is being streamed because I'd like to let everybody at Twitter know.
Okay, all right. That is.
Yeah, same here.
There you go.
You're the best. Thank you so much. Are we streaming now?
Yep. Yeah, we are.
We're
Perfect.
cool. Send it to me. There we go. I will go ahead and just share this. I'm gonna tell everybody. Go and send hate mail to Bren. Okay.
That's because Fritanga forgot to pull out. He decided not to use a condom that night. What? It's not your fault. It's not your fault that she promised you she'd swallow and then turned out that you know.
Oh God.
What?
She was
Okay.
black. She was
Okay.
black.
So let's retell the story so everybody's included here.
Oh boy.
So
Okay.
for Tanga, you started off. What happened?
Oh God.
We're having a conversation. We're just having a conversation, you know, buddy to buddy, and then what happened?
Yes, everything's person to person, Barry. I know. Okay. Okay. So I met this one girl on plentyoffish.com.
Yeah, that's right.
Soon we're gonna talk about Barry's Tinder whoring.
Oh,
in a bit.
come on now.
Okay, so met her on Plenty of Fish, and I, when I saw her picture, I was like, oh, she's this really cute black girl.
Yeah.
So we talked for like a few days, and then she invited me, over if we, I was gonna pick her up and we could go out somewhere. But never actually ended up going anywhere. We just ended up staying at her place. Imagine.
Right, one thing led to another. Yeah.
One thing led to one
Okay.
thing led to another.
She touched your wiener.
Then
Well,
a question was brought up
okay.
that Fritanga asked. After having sex with her, how
Oh
do
my-
I drop
Yes,
her?
Barry. Good job, Barry. Why are you trying to ruin my YouTube career,
Okay,
Barry?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, dude, you know how it is on YouTube. The more controversial, the better. Regardless.
Black Baron's in here. Cool. All right. Anyway.
So yeah, your question was essentially there was a time that I've talked about before. I not like but with Fritanga, where I was on Tinder for a week, and it was because a coworker of mine got on Tinder and his message app kept going off, and I was like, dude, quiet it down. And he was like, I can't. I was like, at least change the ringtone. He goes, I can't. I was like, why? It's Tinder. And I was like, oh, okay. Are you getting women, like going on dates and stuff? He's like, no, you don't go on dates on Tinder. And I was like, oh, okay. No. So you're just like having. He's like, no, that doesn't happen either. I was like, wait, you're not. What are you doing on there? He's like, you essentially just rape people. Like there is no sex. There is no. And I was like, what are you talking about? That's all Tinder is. And he's like, no, you Barry, you'll never get a date on Tinder. So I download the app and I'm like, okay, give me a week, right? So I had one date for every day of that week, and I showed it to him and I was like, look, this is what this app is supposed to be, right? Because it was half because I was trying to be a jerk, and then half because I wanted to show him that like maybe he should ask them out. You know what I mean?
Right.
So then Fritanga goes, okay, so if you went on all these dates, how did you hang out with them and then tell you weren't interested?
Yeah, how did you tell him to fuck off, Barry? What did
No,
you do?
yeah. Essentially, hey Rags, by the way, how you doing, buddy?
Hello.
Thanks for coming.
Okay,
Essentially,
continue.
what I did, I was starting to tell the story about I was hanging with this one chick. It was the first date.
Oh, classic Barry, starting over with a story when someone new comes in.
And she no, it's not the whole story.
Yeah, that's exclusive to him. No one else does that.
Yep,
Oh,
exactly.
okay. Go ahead. Continue.
And she was essentially telling me she didn't like kissing, which is unfortunate because that's my thing. I convinced her it was fun. And
What do you mean it's your thing?
Like, I like kissing. I like making out.
Okay. All right. All right.
Right.
It was like he's gonna say he invented it or something. He's like, that's
No,
my
no.
thing. I came up with that. The mouth on mouth stuff. That was me.
Yeah, that was me.
Everyone started copying me.
Nice flat dog tongue.
Yeah, it was weird. I just.
What do you know? Wait. How do you know that about dogs?
Oh, I'm a stick. I've been in dogs' mouths. Come on, you know.
Oh,
Anyway.
gee.
You're a
Continue,
stick?
Barry. Just continue, Barry, before
Regardless,
this gets out of hand.
After a time, she ended up just wanting to hang out just to make out, and I essentially just said, and I
Oh
gave-
no, not that.
I gave this advice to Fritanga because I didn't really like her that much. I just said, I'm not really ready for a relationship. This was just for fun. It was fun hanging out, but I'm not going to be able to dedicate as much time as I would like to a relationship, and that's just not fair to you. So, you know, it. And she was like, would you want to hang out every so often and stuff? I was like, I don't know. I just think being honest, and that was my advice for Tanga. I think just being honest and saying, look, I know we did what we did, but you know, I don't have time.
We did what we did. That's a good way of putting it.
But Fritanga said something interesting earlier. He said he got to experience some new things. Now, I don't know about you, Barry, but sex, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You put your dick in a chick, and that's pretty much where, you know, unless it's like new in the form of like,
Wait, you're supposed
hold
to
on,
put it in?
unless you're doing some other shit that you never experienced before, aside from positions. I'm under the assumption that not only did you get that jungle fever, my dude, but you stuck it in her butt.
Well, you got the part. Right? You know, this goes a lot deep. No pun intended. Deeper than. Oh boy.
It goes a lot deeper than
I have no idea.
So
Personal.
Okay, how about this? Tell me this. When you guys were, you know, rolling around, sounding like two elephants humping, did you? Did you by any chance go ass to mouth?
Ew.
What?
Ass to mouth.
Oh God.
Like, did he give?
Okay.
Like, did he rim her and then kiss
You know
her,
what? I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you.
or did she rim him and then, or did he? There's a lot of ways. Ass to mouth can go a lot of different ways. It's important to specify.
I'm going to go ahead and explain what the new thing is. I
Yeah,
went
tell us
down
what
on
the
her.
new thing is.
The new thing for me anyway. I went down on her. There you go. There
Where?
you go.
Where?
Oh, I get it.
Wait, what happened?
He went down on her. That's
I don't know what that means.
Wait,
Explain this to me.
wait, hold on. You've never gone down on a chick before?
Never.
How old
Okay,
are you?
hang on. Explain for those out there who don't know.
Barry, what do you mean explain?
Well, no, I mean, going down on a chick could just be like, you know, you just hovering over her vagina with your head and not doing anything. You don't know.
No one thinks of that. No one thinks that when you say go down.
It was very sour. There you go. That's all you guys need to know.
Sour.
Sour? Dude, like,
Sour.
what'd
Really?
you do? End up going down on her like a week after she douched during a midsummer
Like, what,
breeze?
she-
My God, I don't know.
I'm married to Willy Wonka, but sometimes I just need a break.
That's an everlasting gobstopper.
Let's go see how many subscribers I lost. Oh, there you go. Woo.
Sweet.
The only way to get me down is for me to burp.
Oh,
We have to get down, Charlie.
Gone.
Quick, burp, Charlie.
God
Only
damn.
way.
Barry,
Shouldn't there be safety net?
Instead of putting me on the spotlight here with this kind of stuff, Barry, why don't we go ahead and talk about Barry's experiences?
Well, this isn't my podcast, and Rank's finally, Rank's on in. Let's let them, because I don't want to take it over. So it's yeah.
It's because your mom is behind you and you haven't.
No, we got a couple free minutes. Just tell us everything you've done.
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay, what's the question?
We don't need that long, do we?
Oh!
I didn't say it. Oh god.
Well, we're getting to the bed and we're going in and out and then we're done.
Omega Jim here says,
Go watch a
Fritanga doesn't
movie.
like the taste of carpet. No,
I don't like the taste of carpet
right.
either.
Anyway,
Because stuff gets caught up in the carpet.
Tinder story.
I'm just
Little
kind of,
pieces
I'm
of
stuck.
Tell us
crackers.
about all the girls you told that you weren't gonna.
Dude,
talk to anymore.
I'm stuck.
Smells like feet.
Bro, I am stuck on this whole like sour vagina thing. Like dude, I have gone down on some chicks in my time, and I've never had that. So I'm a little confused on this. Like, how the fuck did you go down on a sour
Jim's looking
puss,
for
dude?
more shit to put in his
Well,
mouth.
okay.
What do you know?
Oh!
Did you know that everybody's tongue is a little more sensitive to sour than other people's?
Did she shower like beforehand?
For
Or?
the love of
That
God,
month?
I am just what am I doing here? At this point, it was probably Bram.
Okay, guys, everybody in the chat. For those guys out there that have eaten pussy, like, has that shit ever been sour to you? Because this is the first time I'm hearing of it. Like, I've never
I
had.
don't really get sour.
I've always been told that if it tastes irregular, you need to stop.
How do you know what a regular is if you've never had it before? If you don't have a regular to compare it to, that doesn't do much good for someone who's never been down below. It's like, do I taste the regular? It's like, I honestly don't know. Whatever you are is the baseline. So
Let me-
You
let me-
gotta talk
let me
about
clar-
it with your friends. You have to have talked about it with your friends.
Let me clarify here a little. When I
Okay.
said sour, I don't mean it tasted sour. I meant I didn't find it very pleasant. Like I didn't like it.
Oh, okay.
So now that's what you mean. Okay.
There you
It's like,
go.
hey, honey, do you like eggplant? It tastes a little sour.
Explain the taste. Like, you just got done with like a fresh pea kind of taste, or what?
Like, fresh pea kind of taste.
I've never seen Barry go all out before.
Fresh pea. As opposed to stale pea, which is the worst.
Yeah, it turns a little musky after a while,
there's
right?
a few things worse than cold or room temperature pea. You want to get that shit straight from the tap.
Please, Rambo, you're chime in here, Rambo.
About what?
Rambo,
I've had my head set up. I haven't.
he said head. Okay. What? Ramby?
Ramby. There we go.
Right, you don't actually even save syllables by calling them that. I don't know why you bother.
I'm trying to avoid
Like people
the
who say
S.
www dot is like, it's just quicker to say World Wide Web dot. I'm just saying.
World Wide Web dot. Is that what that? Okay. Anyway.
Like it takes longer to say than it is to abbreviate. You know.
Okay.
WWE SmackDown.
Oh!
Like, does it really take as long?
WWE SmackDown.
So you gotta tell us, Fritanga. Did you dip potato chip in her butt or what?
No.
No.
Did you eat
No!
potato chips out of cheese fondue that was residing inside of her anus?
This started off as a personal talk between me and Barry, and then Bram came in, and Bram's like, "Hey, let's go live with this." I'm
These
like,
chips
"Oh."
taste sour.
Did you eat the worm?
Did you eat the?
You slob the knob.
Anyway. I was since Barry is just very simple with telling a girl how to f off. I'm gonna ask Bram.
No. Yeah, just because I think we should be helpful. How is it after you've done something like this? How is it after you've done? How is it you
something
say,
like what?
sex? You've had sex with
What
women.
kind?
You have gone down on her.
That's it. Oh, if that's all you've done, you can say anything you want to the bitch.
No,
Is that
I
what you
mean,
did?
If that's all you do is go down on her,
Jesus,
you could say whatever you damn well please to that woman. She
We're
owes
gonna-
you at that point.
Yeah, we're
No,
gonna
I'm okay. I was just saying we shared the long night, whatever. After that, she seemed like it was a mutual thing. We both understood that we just were fulfilling needs. That was it. Then she freaking messages me the next day, asking me if we want to go to the movies and start hanging out. And I'm here like, the feeling's not mutual there.
What do you mean?
So,
You don't want to what?
don't want any more to do with her.
So like,
That's pretty much it. I just don't want anything
so
more
you
to do with
banged,
her.
so you banged her, you went down on her, and now you're just not interested. I mean, if I were you, I would just be like, I'm sorry, but I'm just not interested. Just be honest. with her.
What was it? What was it about her that made you not ever want to have anything to do with her
We
again?
just don't connect, like on a socially, I guess.
I don't know. I have no idea what that means. We didn't connect socially.
Well,
I mean,
How
you're
could I put
already
it, like,
physical. I mean, physical's the
Was she in
highest.
the wrong cast, or
no.
was she like merchant and you're just a lowly worker? What do you mean you didn't mix? You didn't see eye to eye socially.
Well, now that
She wasn't a
saying-
Scientologist, was it?
No.
No.
Well, no. Now that you guys are putting it that
Vegan.
way, maybe I should actually go out with her more and maybe see if there's more there.
There you go.
Thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, well, now that you guys are pointing it, I mean, well, not
Was it like
that way.
disastrous? Did that night really go disastrously bad?
No, she's black, and I.
Like,
Well,
why?
because I mean, it's like it's fair enough. I guess if you don't like black people and she's black, well then I've identified the problem.
Identified the problem.
Did you ask her to be
No.
less black?
Yeah, like she could be a little more.
Yeah, because remember, relationships are a give and take, and if maybe she toned back on the blackness, and you met her in the middle, someplace, then maybe it could have worked out.
Is black sour and then white is like sweeter?
Or white is just smoother.
Are we talking like 100% black or mixed?
I guess probably depends.
Tonga?
What
What do you mean? Just give us the answer.
Throwing me questions. I'm just
Was
wondering.
she-
Okay, is she mixed? Is she
Were
like?
both of her parents
No,
black?
She black.
Okay, she's black. Okay.
Oh, okay, so she's like crispy, huh?
She's like a light, dark.
You can be white and crispy.
Oh boy.
Racism is put on halt for pussy. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
what it
much,
is, yeah.
pretty much. Yeah, I mean, well, here's the thing. Like, if you're serious about getting to know her, that'd be a great idea. I'm just gonna suggest this. Like, try not to
I mean,
fuck
now
her.
that the way you guys are the way you guys are asking questions makes me go, maybe I should actually get to know her more.
Yeah, try it
Instead of
out.
just whatever. I'll go
If
for.
she's
extra.
willing to put out like the first time you ever do anything, that could either be a good thing or a bad thing.
It depends on how you look at that.
Yeah, that's
Well, it depends on what she
that's what I'm
does
questioning
around
about.
other people and how she continues that.
Black
Because it could be
Bear.
either really good in that she has an active libido and she wants to be physical often, and maybe some people don't like that. I would consider that a good thing, right? But that's just me. What do I know? But it could also be considered bad, like she's too focused on the physical aspect of it. And if you do want to take things serious at one point, then she's not interested in you for your personality, which you do have, right? In case it comes down to it, like you can.
Yeah, I got
you can,
personality. I mean, that's
Okay,
obviously
good.
how I even.
He's
got
Mexican,
her, right?
if that
well,
says
yes,
anything.
Obviously, yeah.
I mean, it's probably my Mexicanness.
I like black chicks, so if it doesn't work out,
Well,
I
yeah,
like
you
some
also-
black
you also
chicks,
let
but I don't
Asian-
like other black chicks.
You also let Asian girls rob Fred Mayer too, Barry. Just
What? No, I don't. She did not rob anything. She stole my heart. That was dumb. That was awful.
That was terrible.
was she actually a shoplifter in that story you were telling?
No. She was not the shoplifter. No.
Okay, I thought she was. I thought that was the whole moral of the story when you were.
No.
Okay.
The moral
never
of the
mind.
story is that minorities steal things, including your heart.
Oh God.
Tastes like dog.
Tastes like dog.
Oh
And-
God.
Bok choy.
Hey Rambo, what was it? When was the last time you were with a black chick? Rambo.
Cool.
Yeah, me too. So
Okay.
You know, geeks in the chat. He doesn't want to give a discount on knowing her. Okay. Okay. I love geek. Rambo, you there though?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, there we go. Bram asked when was the last time you went down on a black girl.
Never dated a black person.
Wait, do what?
Never dated a black person.
What about fucking him?
I have no interest.
Well, where he comes from, don't they kill him?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Well,
Racist.
sometimes they don't exclude them from the possibility. You have to have an open mind. You're not going to go around saying we can't kill them because they're black. The same thing you would go, oh, we can't kill him just because he's white. You have to be open to killing everybody,
That's true.
or else you're a racist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Racism is a crime, and crime is for black people.
What the fuck?
Oh my god. Yeah,
No, I'm just kidding. Crime's for everybody,
Crimes for everybody. Yeah, totally.
even the Jews.
Oh god, I have nothing else to say on that matter. I'm just, my mind is blank. I'm
Is that
still
all
having,
she let you do? You just went down on her and that was it?
no, the full, it was the full.
No,
deal.
whoa. When you say the full, what do you mean by the full?
Okay, I'll just say it. Penis and
Yeah.
vagina.
Hers?
There you go.
Hers? Hers the question mark.
Oh my god.
So no tricks, no trap here, no
No.
post-op, transitional sort of
No.
chimera creature. Everything's all spick and span.
Quite literally spick and span.
Well, I don't know about that. It did taste a little funny.
It tasted. I understood it did taste sour. No, well, to be clear, when you said it tasted sour, was this before or after the horizontal hokey pokey?
Actually, that's a good question.
Before.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. All right, that's fine.
So
You know,
okay.
I was gonna lie.
Okay, let me point it out. I don't think she would have let me, do anything had I not gone down on her. She seems to be that kind of girl.
oh, what a bitch!
So do you think she's still worth seeing at that point?
Yeah, maybe she just made a stupid mistake. It happens sometimes. She's a woman.
So,
Jesus Christ.
so was it? What,
If you put your penis into her vagina and you ejaculated inside of it, and then
Well,
she
no, I
told you to
ejaculated
eat
inside
her
her
out outside of it, if she told you to eat her out right afterwards, would you do it?
No.
There's hesitation. There's hesitation. So, in other words, he would probably eat his own jizz.
Wait a minute.
Well,
Like, get your mouth down there, stud.
no, I gotta
and you just-
wrap it. Not to wrap it before anything.
Ooh. Talk about sour then.
It's Welch's.
I'm like under pressure here. There's just so much savagery going on.
You know what's funny too is
I
you
just
were
asked
the
a
one who was
question.
all
I haven't
for it.
judged you yet, or at least
You
in this
were-
bit.
All for this when Brimstone. You asked me to go on. Like you're sitting here going, man, this sucks.
I didn't say that.
Everybody
convinced me.
part
Brim's
of
like,
me, and then I
yeah, we're
showed
gonna go live. I'm like, sure. He's like, we'll continue this. I'm like, okay, it should be fun. Maybe Barry can chime in and tell us a little bit about his personal sex life. But no, he's
You're
too good
fun.
for that. He's too good for that.
So
Now remember, if you're lying about any of this, it's important to know that you remember what your lies were so that you're consistent with everything.
there you go.
Okay?
There you go.
What?
Now that we're live, now that you're doing the YouTube thing, okay? I'm just
That is
saying.
important.
Okay?
Wait, what lies?
No.
I didn't say you were lying. I didn't say you were lying.
What? I'm confused.
Forget about it.
Yeah.
Just follow your
You're
heart.
Mexican. You're Mexican.
Also,
it's okay.
you never answered the question.
What's the question?
You know what the question is.
No, I do not. I lost track of
If
it.
you came in her pussy and she said to eat her out, would you do it?
No, fuck no. No. No.
But it's Welch's.
Look, if you're drinking so much juice, your cum tastes like fruit. You need to lay off. You need to drink some water. You need to circulate. You need to tone it down with the juicy juice. All right. You're not going to keep Ocean Spray in business by yourself. Ease up.
Fucking Ocean Spray, really? I thought he's Mexican and he's more of a Tapico kind of guy. You know what I mean?
I'm more of a Tropicana man myself. I have some OJ in the fridge. I should probably finish it up. I'll go ahead and grab that shit.
You drink Tampico, Brem.
I used to before I found out that shit was like 99% fucking sugar and the rest was like 1% fruit. It was like, okay.
Simply orange. It's kosher for Passover.
Oh my god. So did anybody else? I don't know if any of you guys have talked about it, but I don't know if you guys talked about Destiny 2 being capped at 30 FPS on the PS4 Pro.
Of course, the PS4 fucking PlayStation game that shit.
It's capped at 30 FPS on both Scorpio.
On Scorpio too, right? Oh, that's a joke.
Now, is that just like some sort of a silly rumor, or is that actually true?
No, it's true.
Well,
really?
Okay, it's not. It hasn't officially been announced yet, but Digital Foundry finally did a video showing the reason. First of all, the Bungie's engine was built for 30 frames per second. Why I'm not sure, but it was built for 30 frames per second. They said it would take more. It has more work involved to make it 60 frames than what it's worth, and to be able to.
Engine.
So that's one of the reasons why. But then they also showed because they said the PS4 Pro CPU can handle the 60 frames per second. So they did a thing that's like 35, like maybe longer than the PS4 CPU by the overclock, and the Scorpio also, Xbox One actually, has problems also running games at even 60 frames per second at 4K or 1080p or whatever.
Anything.
35% overclock from the original clocking of the Xbox One, so it's going to have the exact same problems. These machines were built more for visuals than they were for frame rate,
which makes you wonder why. Well, never mind. That's fucking depressing.
Well, it's stupid because I make a video actually defending PS4 gamers about this whole bullshit, right? And they don't.
Well, that means you're a pony now.
They don't like to be defended. They don't. They say, we don't want you to defend us. Don't.
Really? Wait. Somebody actually.
I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding.
What are you defending?
Okay, I am telling them you guys don't have to put up with this bullshit about having to go with 30 FPS 4K. I mean, if they had rebuilt the whole Destiny engine up and had aimed for 60 FPS, maybe turned everything down. I get they say there's a bottleneck issue, so why not have just built a new engine?
Well, they wouldn't have done that anyway because the PS4 and the Xbox One and Xbox One S can't handle 60 frames per second, so they're not going to have 60 frames on the Pro and Scorpio, and 30 frames where they're playing against them.
Too much going on in Destiny for it to be 60. I think it's not like a Call of Duty where you're like, it could sort of do 60 sometimes.
Well, they compare
Call of Duty. It's not like I haven't played Destiny, but I've seen a lot of footage of it. There could be a lot going on at once.
There's a huge thing.
There's a lot going on at once.
And because you share a world even on your single player experiences and your co-op experience. You share a world with like 12 or 14 players, and then you have like the world like is completely densely populated with enemies.
Or it's populated with dense players.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I would understand. I would understand that, but then I see games like Battlefield 1 running.
No. Because Digital Foundry actually compared it to Battlefield 1, and even on the PS4 Pro. Well, the PS4 actually, PS4 and Xbox One, the Battlefield 1 drops to like 30 frames to 25 frames.
Yeah, it doesn't do 60. It does 60 best possible case scenario.
And on Pro it goes from 45 to 60, but it barely ever stays a consistent 60.
Yeah. No, because when we say console 60 FPS, we mean like all the stars have lined up. There is not much going on. You're at the edge of the map, looking at nothing. Best possible case scenario, you get to 60.
But I mean, it just goes to show that. No, I'm packing a pack of cigarettes.
How big are your nuts, son?
But the PS4 or the Scorpio is not. I mean, unless it's a game that's built with like dynamic scaling and all that, it's not going to hit 60 frames per second. And if it hits 60 on the base hardware, then it'll hit 60 on the Scorpio.
Mm-hmm.
But if it other than that, I mean, they're not going to.
But do you think it would have been possible if they, kept it at 720p and turned everything down to low?
So. Yeah. Well, obviously,
so, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, obviously,
that's what I was defending. I was saying that
Scorpio's strong
nobody.
enough for that.
But nobody wants that.
well, why wouldn't anybody want that though?
Because people are dumb.
I don't want 720p game.
But
I don't
you would
wanna
rather have
play FPS
1080p. You would rather have 1080p 30 over 720p 60?
It's not 1080p 30.
No.
4K.
It's 4K 30.
Ugh. 30.
But still 30 FPS though.
But yeah, but I mean,
that's the argument I
would-
have.
But 720p, 720p is blurry as shit.
Oh, good point. Good point. Yeah, it is.
30 FPS is a slideshow.
Well, I mean, that's fair, but I mean, I don't know. I've become accustomed to the 30 frames per second. I really don't give a shit.
But
Here's
this is a
what's
first-person shooter, though.
So
That's
you
the hard
said
part.
you said that it was Digital Foundry who came out and said that it would be 30 FPS on the Scorpio.
He said that it would. He showed the reasons why it's very likely it's going to be 30 frames per second on the Scorpio as well. It's their video about the PS4 Pro and Destiny 2.
So
their latest
Digital
video.
Foundry says that they saw Forza whatever number running at 60 FPS on the Scorpio. And of course, everybody in the Xbox community believes them, no questions asked. Did they also believe them, no questions asked, when they said this about the Scorpio?
No. They've actually said that they flip-flop back now, and they're actually against they're damage controlling for PlayStation now.
That's what I had a feeling they might say. That's what I had a feeling they might say. I must be honestly, if I was like Crap Gamer or all these guys who make 7 podcasts a week talking about the fucking Scorpio for the last year or whatever, I'd be.
Did he cut out?
Yeah, he cut out.
I was like, you'd be what?
He was going on something. He was about to say something interesting.
I would be so.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's almost it's like the ending to Sopranos.
I was a guy like Crap Gamer or Mooch or all these guys who'd been talking the Scorpio up so goddamn big for the last year plus, and then Destiny 2, arguably one of the biggest games to release, only runs at 30 FPS.
Well,
since now frame rate matters. Now frame rate matters. Just like resolution didn't matter, but now it does again. I would be pretty upset.
Well, no, now
the fact that they ever thought that 4K 60 would be possible on that machine, that they kind of set themselves up for failure. They set themselves up for failure, and they hyped the damn thing.
As soon as you saw the Jaguar CPU in it, they should have known that 4K 60 was like out of the question. Because you're only talking about an overclock of the original GPU, where they actually had to use dynamic resolution in order to achieve 60 frames per second, and that was in dynamic from like 700p all the way to 1080p.
And I've seen dynamic resolution. In Titanfall 2, I turned it on once, and it had done something with my settings, and I had turned it on, and I played with it for a while, and it worked. I just didn't like seeing the because you could see the resolution swapping. And
you can more so like on a monitor on PC.
Yeah. So, but I couldn't really. I was like, it's like I know what it's there for, but I don't really like it.
I thought that setting was really cool in that game, though.
What, the dynamic resolution?
Yeah, I didn't use it, but I thought it was a super cool thing to add in.
I mean, it's always good to have it. It's an excellent option to always have. Some people might prefer it.
It helps for people. It helps people with lower end machines.
Yeah, for me, it doesn't do anything.
Is the dynamic resolution that setting on
Battlefield? You have a lower end machine.
Is that the setting that lets you? Is it where you kind of like can blur out the pixels or?
No.
As the resolution on the fly to make sure that your FPS stays at a certain point, and you can set that point. Like in Titanfall 2, it would say you wanted it. It's the minimum is 60, 70, whatever it's supposed to be, and it did it. It did its job. But you could just see it, the resolution changing.
Okay. That's no.
It's always a good option to have.
I mean, for
especially
people
if you
with
have
lower end systems, yeah, but
it's good for consoles, for lower end systems. It's good.
I believe
for
Dark Souls 2 used that. Dark Souls 2 used that. on the PS3 and 4, I believe. There were some areas where it would go to 720p and some areas where it would go to 1080p. Not sure. I don't know. I need to.
I actually think I heard that too.
Yeah. Hold on. Dark Souls 2 dynamic. Res.
Well, it wouldn't do it in levels on Titanfall 2. I used it in the multiplayer. It would depend on what you were looking at and what was going on.
Apparently Doom used it. And Doom actually runs at 1080p 60 on the consoles. So I have no doubt it drops to like 900p on certain areas.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's an extremely well-running game.
Doom?
And it's definitely
Doom is gorgeous.
Okay, Doom. Yeah, Doom.
Titanfall 2 actually does run pretty darn well.
Yeah, both of them do.
But Doom runs
runs
exceptionally well.
Yeah, I love Doom.
It's also helps that it's not a very large-scale game, which kind of helps. There's a lot of claustrophobic interiors. A lot of
some stages like the
some
stage where you go up. It's like a very like big stage, but there's not a whole lot.
Yeah, but it's definitely not. So you shouldn't use it as the rule because of how well it does run.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, it's definitely good for playing the game. I mean, it runs fantastically. Yeah, it makes it really good, really, really good. I mean, the game is very good looking and it runs really well. By the way, me and 3 other friends have started a Borderlands 2 playthrough. That game came out in 2012, and it's still really, really good. It's one of those games that has aged fantastically well.
I'm still interested. You have 3 other friends?
Yeah,
I do. Yeah, I haven't chased them all off yet. It's crazy.
Wow. Okay.
Borderlands 2 is really good.
Out of curiosity, I posted this on Twitter earlier, but out of curiosity, I went to go see how many people on just Steam were still playing Borderlands 2. There were 8,000.
It's a great game. That's like one of the I guess really that's the game that like kind of propelled me into like my platinum hunt, like because I've been getting them or whatever, but like once I really got into that game, I couldn't quit playing it, so I just wanted to continue playing all the content and all the different things.
Gearbox is to blame then. Right.
No, Borderlands has always been one of those games that's really good if you play it with another friend. I don't personally like it.
Yeah, solo it's kind of shit, but with friends, especially 3 other friends, because it gets tougher the more people you've got. It is a lot of fun. I've been playing with Fun Fact Jerry and Dolphin. It's been really good. It's been really good.
It's also got decent traffic on Steam still. A lot of people still play that.
8,000 people playing it today.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
8,000.
It's a damn good game, man. It's worth. I mean, I can see why.
Battleborn had 93 people today.
Well, I mean, Battleborn,
a very good settings menu as well. I really appreciate a game when I load it up and I can configure as much as I could.
Borderlands 2? Yeah, it does kind of run like not good though. It doesn't really run good at all. It's an old DX9 game, I think.
Yeah.
It's a 5-year-old game. I mean, I could brute force my way through it. It ran like crap on consoles too, but it didn't really actually run that well on anything. But I'm running SLI Zotac 1080 Ti Imp Extremes, but it's hard to keep that game above 60 in a lot of things, because of course you can have a lot of shit going on, but even though it runs kind of so-so, it's a game that has aged really well, not just in gameplay and the stuff to do, but in how it looks. I mean, it looks really good even today, because it has that really nice cel-shaded sort of
notice that
graphic setting too.
Wind Waker as well. I booted that up in the Dolphin emulator. You turn the settings up in the Dolphin emulator, and that game is it still looks beautiful today. You don't like Legend of Zelda, Rags?
No, it's fine.
Oh, Wind Waker was awesome.
Legend of Zelda's fine.
I mean, I always prefer
Link to the Past, Phantom Hourglass.
Link to the Past is the shit.
The other ones that there are, they're great.
I've always thought Zelda was better on the handheld devices than on the home consoles, because the majority of Zelda games I played were the handheld ones, like Phantom Hourglass, Link's Awakening, Oracle of Seasons, and Time.
Played a bit of A Link Between Worlds.
That one's I don't have that, but
that's pretty good. It's basically A Link to the Past.
I have Triforce Heroes.
Awakening. I played Four Swords with my brother back in the days when you get two Game Boys and you link them together with that cord.
Yeah,
Oh,
Four
yeah.
Swords. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Good times. I think
I
Zelda
just-
should have stayed handheld.
Pussy.
I mean,
I
I
said-
heard I played Twilight Princess was the last Zelda game I played on a console. Didn't really care for it. I just didn't really care for it.
Yeah, I never finished it
My brother
either.
played the shit out of it, but I got to the part with what are the rock people?
Gorons.
Gorons. I got to the Goron village and their little thingy, their lava cave mission. And I was like, it's like,
That's
You know what?
exactly where I stopped too.
and I just
You know-
stopped. I'm like, this
you
is just not really getting. This just didn't grasp in me.
You know what's funny is in
Clowns, parrots,
no
stoats.
in the original Ocarina of Time, well, even in the remake, the Gorons, one of the quests you have to do is you have to help them because they're running out of rocks to eat, and like their entire
How the
living
fuck
area,
do you run out of rocks to eat?
their
They
entire
only eat a
living
specific
area-
kind of rock.
No, like their entire living area is made of rock. No, they don't say use specific rocks. All you know is that they're starving and they're running out of rocks to eat, and like there's rocks where they live.
So they're handicapped, or they have to eat a very specific
think-
kind of rock.
I think the mission you had to do, because you find out later that it was the lava rock that they ate, because the mission you had to kill the big lizard Dodongo thing.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Actually, now
The
that I
old
remember
lizard
it.
dong.
Dodonga. Yeah, I like to measure my Dodonga.
You know,
It just
people
got
tell me-
super gay, didn't it? It's all right.
fucking gay.
So is Injustice 2 worth buying?
I haven't been
Is
able to
what?
play it yet. I
I've
haven't been
heard
able to
so
play it.
far that the story is fantastic.
Yeah, I thought about buying it. I'm not a huge fighting game fan, but I don't know, for some reason that game like looks pretty badass. It looks like it'd be a lot of fun.
Is it made by the same team that does the Mortal Kombat series?
I don't. Warner Brothers.
NetherRealm?
Nether
I don't-
Realms, yeah.
Let me find out, okay? I will find out just for you because that's what I do.
One that I actually enjoyed back when I used to game on the PS3 was Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe.
I do
don't
that
think
just.
any of you played
I
that
said,
one. It was pretty much a rated T version of a Mortal Kombat game, so the fatalities had no blood, but you can play as
'Cause-
Batman versus Scorpion, I mean.
Let me see who. Warner Brothers Interactive. That's all I see on it. I don't see any other company besides Warner Brothers.
Okay, so it's not NetherRealm Studios.
No, developed by NetherRealm Studios. Okay.
Oh, there you go. So
And-
it's
I've been
okay.
to some nether realms.
So
It
it's
was
for
sour.
Oh, this is gonna go on me again. You better not bring it back to me. I am done with.
What do you mean bring it back to you?
Uh,
Like, wait, are you used to people snowballing with you, Fritanga?
That's something I won't do.
no.
I won't snowball. That's something I won't do.
Okay.
God,
so-
that's
so,
disgusting.
There are a lot of things there are a lot of things I will do, but snowballing is not among their number.
Are you sure?
I
Are
am.
you
Yeah.
sure?
I wouldn't do it.
Wait, Fritanga, do you know what snowballing is?
No, okay, that's what I was gonna ask because I heard
No,
Brax
it's-
say it in a video of his once. I'm like, I don't know what that is.
All right, it has to be winter time, right? You
No.
and your girlfriend take off your clothes and you go outside. It has to be snow everywhere. You see how much snow you can pack into her ass before it melts.
No,
I want to believe you. I want to.
That's too good.
Okay, tell me, Barry. You're the
No.
you know, you have so much.
Snowballing
sex
is when you
education.
pass back and forth cum between your mouths. Ideally your own, but whatever boats your float.
Okay, someone give me Helicopter
say
Simulator
ideally,
2014. What
wait a
is-
minute. Okay, so if you had to, would you prefer it be your own or the other person's?
If wait. When you say the other person's, please specify.
Okay, you need an individual.
Well, there can be multiple scenarios here. Here's what I'm talking about. One, a man comes in my girlfriend's mouth, and then I snowball with his cum. That's no. That's strictly no. Alternatively, he's my boyfriend,
Right.
and it is his cum that he has passed to me, and that I will then do a return for him.
Okay. So it is two guys, and you're in a relationship.
Okay. No. In fact, I'll just save some time. The answer is always no, because I want the snowballing.
Wait a minute. No. You have to do it. Is it yours or his?
Did he come into my mouth?
Yes.
Or did I obtain the cum from other parts of
you? Okay, no. He either went into you or you went into him, and then you pass it back and forth.
Straight penis to mouth, right?
Yes.
Straight.
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
Straight shot to the face. Okay.
I cannot.
No, because when you say it comes to you, I mean, there's more than.
Yeah.
If he was the top.
Why is there a lot to think about on this, bro?
I'm not into snowballing, so I'd have to.
Yeah.
I don't. Okay, if I'm getting it, if it's his cum and I'm getting it straight from the
snowballing is.
If it's his cum and if I'm getting it straight from the tap,
yeah,
then him.
Straight from the tap.
What do you mean then him? What do you mean then him? Like
his.
Yes. Okay.
Why? I don't know. Why are you straight? I don't know. I don't like snowballing at all. So you're not only did you make me think about which one I'd prefer, now you're trying to say, all right, now I want you to analyze that and explain to us the reasons why you chose that.
Oh man. All right. You're right.
So I got a question. So
the answer is I don't know. It just sort of seems like it would be more doable.
Right. Okay. All right.
Why are you so curious,
wow.
No. I'm not curious. He seemed very
educated.
The whole idea
You seem very curious, dude.
He's a master in the art.
Was so distasteful to him, and I wanted to see how far I could go with that.
Distasteful is one way to put it.
Distasteful.
So people in the comments are like, "What the fuck? How did we end up here?" Like, yes. You clicked on this video, haha, suckers.
I will lick a man's asshole, but I will not snowball.
Oh God.
Okay.
Oh.
There are lines. What
about,
must be drawn.
But what about Okay, so what about straight shot to the throat?
To the throat?
To the throat, like shaft is in the back
on my neck.
Like down your neck, like down your throat. Like the dick is
fine.
literally going.
That's how I prefer it.
Oh, nice. Now that's how you please a man, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, yeah.
Oh, it's an acquired taste.
I want to feel it pulse, you know.
I love the amount of comments that are rolling through. They're like, I'm gonna go,
but I don't like I won't lick it off of most of the outside of someone's body.
People say, "Would you snow plow?"
Would I snow? Would I what?
Snow plow.
What the hell's snow plowing?
Snow.
I don't know. Somebody
I actually don't know what that is.
Snow plow. Urban Dictionary. Here we go. Snow plow.
Oh boy.
All right. Okay. The act of pushing cocaine around with the straw. I've never done it. I've never.
What? Oh my God! This is great.
Oh, okay. Snow plow. Here it is. While giving anal sex to a girl in doggy style position, you kick out her arms. Don't break them. So she falls on her face. She then put her arms around her face, and you push her around the room like a snowplow.
What the fuck? Jesus Christ.
Okay. The other one is the act of knocking a bitch's elbows out while slamming her from behind. Once her face is firmly planted in the pillow, one is to continue hitting it as hard as possible, thus imitating a snowplow.
God damn it.
Okay, here's another one for snowplow. When you're banging a girl from behind, she's holding onto the headboard and you knock her arms out from under her. Her head plows into the headboard just like a snowplow hits the road.
Wow.
You're really
Damn.
turning on the comment section. A lot of they say go back to gaming. So
No. Wait a minute.
Oh, great! Fantastic. Go.
Someone just told me to look up Portuguese snowblower, which is it's kind of like a similar concept.
Oh,
it's
God.
it's a sexual maneuver performed by two subjects. The first subject places themselves on a bed with face, hands, and knees down, and buttocks high in the air. The second subject places cocaine in the sphincter of the first subject. The first subject then attempts to fart, while the second subject is inhaling the aforementioned cocaine.
No, because it smells like fucking farts. Portuguese people are fucking messed up.
They love their cocaine, though.
They really do love it.
If they loved their cocaine, they wouldn't put it in someone's asshole.
Well, how are you going to get it across security, though?
Oh, man.
I put it in a bag. It doesn't require the person to arrive somewhere else and then have to fart it out. Like you have to catch it in a bag or some shit. No, that's not how they do it. They have this figured out. Farting doesn't come into the equation.
You just have to put a bag over the person's ass crack when they
Basically,
fart.
and then you have to fart a little white cloud into it, and you have to wait for all the cocaine to settle at the bottom.
Oh, someone says that's a waste of a perfectly good cock.
And then you have to, then you get stinky cocaine.
Coke.
That shit don't sell.
Didn't Top Hat say he does cocaine or he did cocaine?
No.
I swear I heard him say it once.
Well, he is Australian, so I wouldn't doubt it. I mean,
right? So, oh god.
I don't remember him ever saying that, but maybe he has. That'd be fantastic.
he's like, I do 8 balls in the morning, you know? It's all good.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. So,
Bram, we should... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, Far Cry 5, like, so honestly, Far Cry 5, what do you guys think?
There was a trailer for Far Cry 5?
Oh, God.
It looks.
Jesus
I
Christ.
think it's. I think it's.
Series I never gave a damn about, but...
I like the idea. It's causing a lot of.
Montana? Something about Montana? What? Okay.
I guess there was a games journalist that I just quoted on a tweet. He said Far Cry 3, like some tropical place or whatever, like pirates or whatever. Far Cry 4, that gay guy or whatever. He said Far Cry 5, Trump supporters.
What does Trump have to do with Far Cry?
I know, right? That's what I'm thinking. Like, what the fuck?
They're white. They're white. They're white rednecks with guns, and they have religious symbols on that cover art. So he's saying that those are your typical Trump supporter.
I just looked up the teaser trailer for it.
Well, I mean, I think it's interesting. I'm intrigued to see how they'll do it, but there's not going to be any outcry because the bad guys are all white Christian American males, so that's totally fine.
Right? They don't do anything.
There was one, I guess,
It had to be
Shinobi.
specifically white, too.
There was one that Shinobi tweeted, I guess, on a forum in Reddit or whatever, talking about asking why Ubisoft can't, with all the different Muslim, why are they choosing to do a crazy Christian group instead of any sort of crazy Muslim group, because they haven't ever done one. Comment that I've seen that's speaking out against the thing that nobody really gives a shit.
I mean, they could have, I suppose, but I think we've already had enough games where you kill Muslims in the desert.
You think?
It's kind of just an exhausted take. I think it'd be kind of interesting to do have different based enemies, because
we could flip the script and you could blow up Muslims at a music concert or something. I don't know. Oh yeah, that's right. They don't do things like that. They don't have the concert. They don't have the music.
To me, I mean, I'm okay with it. To me, like I said, it's kind of a different change of pace. I guess.
Far Cry 5 Duck Dynasty.
It's a different change of pace. Like you have your typical bad guys in almost every game, and this was kind of to I guess a reverse on it, which is I'm okay with it. I
like
don't give a
it's like
shit.
like I imagine it's like some sort of religious cult sort of. I think it'd be really kind of interesting.
Yeah, it seems
So-
really
It's in
interesting.
Montana too.
What
Like
a-
the settings
so
in
it should be like
Montana.
Far Cry 5, the Deep South.
It's like we are many miles from civilization. No one will ever find you here. Also, we're in Montana.
The Muslims are
Montana.
pulling the victim card for the Manchester arena bombing.
Of course they are. Fuck
Fuck
Muslims.
the Muslims.
Bitching about everything. Oh, it's like, oh, the people are gonna be mean now because one blew more people up. It's like, well, shit, that sounds really tough. I'd hate to be you.
But I did save some money though.
You switched to Geico?
No, I switched to PlayStation View.
Oh god, more cancer. Anyways.
Well,
That's not actually cancer. It's actually it's saving me close to $300 a month.
wait, what's PlayStation View?
$300 a month.
What the fuck were you using before?
My
Wait,
my cable bill was around anywhere from $300 to $400 a month.
Oh my god.
Well, mine's is like 125.
But 100
I don't
of
pay
it,
for that.
100 of it was for internet, and then the rest of it was all for TV. But I mean, we had to have a DVR and then TV in the kids' room and stuff like this. But with PlayStation View, we realized that with like half the channels that we were signed up for, we never really watched. So with PlayStation View, they have like a base package which is $29.99. And it has every channel that we watch in there. And what happens is that every single one of my TVs, like it automatically records to the cloud. So every kid gets to record their own shows, their own thing on their own TV, their own ID, and for the same shit we were actually paying for, close to $300 for with
That's not
my
bad.
cable company.
It's a huge savings, actually.
It's a huge savings.
Yeah. I mean, the only reason I have cable involved with my internet package is because I can't have the better internet without the cable because Comcast are the pieces of
Yeah,
shit.
I get some sort of a TV deal thing, but I've never used it.
Originally I got it because I thought that PlayStation View wasn't out, and then the only thing they had really was Netflix and Hulu and all that stuff, and those are okay, but like it doesn't get all the TV shows that I watch. Their seasons don't come to Netflix or Hulu, so I'd miss out on a lot of the shows that I watch. So I never really subscribed to I do Netflix, but I never really subscribed to them as like my primary TV service. And then PlayStation View, once it launched, we checked it out, and I had to go buy sticks, and so you put the Roku sticks into your TV, and that's where you run your PlayStation View through for 5 different users.
Did Brem say dicks?
Yes, I say dicks all the time.
Did you say like there was like a long pause? He's like, I had to go buy, and then someone. Dicks?
I like dicks.
Oh, I said the Roku sticks.
Roku
Oh,
sticks.
okay.
Roku
I
sticks.
thought Brem blurted out dicks. Like, never mind. Go ahead. Continue. Sorry.
I think he's got dicks on his mind, you guys. I mean, he did go down on a Welch's grapefruit juice, I mean.
But Bram,
Oh, what?
the last podcast you were saying I don't know what you and Shayna were doing, trying to add up like what it costs to be a PlayStation gamer.
Oh, we were doing everything from it was like everything, I think. And that was just for like the Plus, the View,
And the VR.
The VR, the Move, stuff like that. Not your not just your membership thing, because we all pay the membership. I was saying with accessories and stuff, like what
You said
what
that
it would
you said
take.
PlayStation.
What
You
it would
said
take?
PlayStation
What
View.
which is still an added expense if you want it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But it
so
has nothing to do with gaming, though.
But they're still offering it on that platform, are they not? And
They're
it's still
offering- well,
a
that's-
Sony thing,
It's
right?
just they're offering it on everything, like TVs and
Yeah,
Roku sticks
I saw that the other day. I just saw that the other day. I just saw that they had a Samsung TVs with pre-installed with View stuff on it.
Roku and everything else. Like all those like Amazon Fire Sticks are all in those too.
Yeah.
Apparently, Fallout 4 is free this weekend.
But
on Steam.
you were saying $65 charge.
65 what?
65. The highest package for the View is $65 a month. $64.99.
Oh, for a month, yeah.
And you said that was higher than cable companies.
I don't remember ever saying that was higher than cable companies because I paid over $200 for my cable shit. So I don't remember ever saying that was more than cable.
I was trying to figure out because I was like going, how can you get 5 DVRs and HBO and Showtime on every one of the things plus all those channels for $65 a month at any cable company?
Right. No,
I was trying to figure. Yeah, I was like going because cable companies are fucking expensive.
Yeah, they are. No, you're right. They are. No, we're saying for the complete Sony experience, like everything tied.
Oh yeah, I mean.
Everything
besides the PlayStation Now, I haven't.
I'll be glad the day cable dies. That way I can just have.
They're either going. What's this? Viacom. They're either going to adapt their networks to a pay-as-you-go situation,
or they're going to go under. Thing.
Yeah, or they're going to go under. That's the only way.
Well, yeah, because like, you should have heard my cable company. Whatever. I was like, they're like, well, why are you wanting to cancel today? I was like, well, because I came across this thing like PlayStation View, and it has like all the channels that I watch, and I mean, like basically, it puts y'all to shame. It makes y'all look like highway robbery.
I do believe the cable companies actually lost.
She's like, well,
sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
She's like, well, my mother, my mom and dad, they were looking for an alternative, and they tried the PlayStation View and Roku, and they just didn't like it. And I was like, well, yeah, I was like, I've tried it for 5 days and the trial, and I was like, I enjoy it. She's like, well, yeah, but they tried it for the trial too, and they just didn't like it. And I was like, well, yeah, but
that's nice.
I do. So cancel my shit.
That's
I do believe cable companies lost like 800,000 subscribers within this last year.
Well, yeah, dude, you like the only way that these guys are gonna stay relevant, and that's not even gonna be that long, and that's for rural areas like where me and Shane live. They are literally hanging on to the older crowd in their communities to.
No, they're literally forcing you to have cable if you want internet where I live right now. Since Comcast has a monopoly over the power lines here in Eugene, they're
on that topic there. Net neutrality is being brought up again as something that they're wanting to get rid of yet again. I mean, this was.
I'm sure it'll happen.
Right, which is really, really an unfortunate thing because at that point they're monopolizing a utility. It's not a utility, is it? They don't classify it as a utility.
It hasn't been classified yet as a utility, but just give it a little bit of time before they do.
Right, but if that never happens, then we're screwed. And they're like, hey, do you want to access Steam? Here's $20 a month.
That's bad. That's really bad for me because Comcast is the only way I can get internet at this speed.
Same here.
And if I want to keep internet the speed, which basically I'm gonna have to in order to keep up this whole internet thing, if they decide to raise the price, then I'm going to have to pay it.
Well, I have Google. We have Google Fiber supposed to be launching in Oklahoma City.
Charter has fiber optics.
Launched in part of Oklahoma City this year.
Well,
and then
that's actually
branch out.
Problem. That's part of the problem. Is a lot of this controversy rises up because Google can't do anything if the ISPs have control of the area, the politicians have control of the votes.
Right,
and
but that's that's one thing I'm glad is that the reason why it's launching prior to this happening, like it's already launched in portions of Oklahoma, so they're going to continue.
Right,
they already got the contract for that, so it sucks for the people that haven't got Google Fiber yet.
And people are actually going to Comcast's website and they're saying, "Hey, this is messed up," and Comcast is changing their comments like, "Yeah, this is fantastic." Like, don't even comment on their website because they'll just change your.
Wait a minute, because I see Comcast ads on my fucking Twitter like non-fucking stop on my mobile.
Yeah,
like, it's talking about Comcast stands with net neutrality. Like the Comcast wants net neutrality. I mean, I keep on having to say I'm tired of seeing this fucking ad because it's
what?
It's all over my mobile app on Twitter. It's Comcast. I mean, it's the at Comcast that their little at Comcast thing, but their ad is basically saying net neutrality is up. Up for opposition. Please vote with us to keep net neutrality.
They might be trying to word it. I don't know, because as far as I know, they're the ones who are actually part of the problem, because of course they're the ISP that owns, all of us.
I'm just saying what I'm seeing on that part. It's just kind of weird to hear the two different, see that, and then hear your side saying that.
Well, you gotta remember that, like, so you're in Oklahoma and we're over on the West Coast. So like, there's stories like this that have been going on with two different versions for ever since I can remember. I mean, that happened just this past election cycle with the Trump stories. On the East Coast, Trump was painted as this fucking villain. On the West Coast, where we live, he was like, oh, he's really taking on the Democrats and liberals. Same fucking paper, same outlet, and everything. Just two different stories, same image, and it's worded differently for each side.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's fucking stupid. And it's probably the same thing that's going to be happening with the internet shit. So just give it time. I'm sure you're going to see things with Comcast saying they're for it, and then you're going to see something that says Comcast was against it.
Well, after seeing the politicians basically throw our privacy out the window in favor of the then I see them just kind of going along with the getting rid of net neutrality as well.
Yeah,
which is it's a downside, because I mean, like here, Cox Communication controls basically the Cox and AT&T, but AT&T is kind of like the redheaded stepchild as far as like TV and internet go around here.
Mm-hmm.
So Cox would have just a monopoly on the lines and on the everything around here. So that would be like terrible, because I mean their service is pretty okay. I mean, it's $100 a month for 300 megabytes down.
Yeah.
Down. Well, but that, like, as soon as if that ever goes to a way where they actually have a monopoly, that price can go skyrocketing. And that $100 a month could turn into like, well, you need to pay us $300 a month. Well,
I mean, it's already at that point here where I live, where you got two options. You have Comcast, and then you have I forget what the other one's called. They're a local internet provider. But pretty much they've got you to this point where, like, well, you can't have 120 megahertz unless you get this cable package. It's just not going to happen, because if you want the 120 megahertz by itself, that's $300.
Yeah, they do something like that with me too, where I got to get some sort of a deal that they can't just give me internet. It has to have other stuff too in there that I'll never use anyway.
Mm-hmm. See, if I don't get it with the package, I'll only have 25 megahertz.
You know what they actually did to a buddy of mine at work? I
have no idea.
Well, let me tell you. This will be. They called him up and they said, "Hey, we want to give you a better package than what you have now.
I'll give you a better package than what you have now.
You're only paying for internet as of right now, and we can give you the internet plus the channels we've noticed that you watch, all for a lower price."
You fucking watching what I watch, you piece of shit?
Yeah, pretty much. So then he calls the next guy, and he's like, "Is it a lower price?" He goes, "Well, no, we couldn't get you that deal. However, for $20 more, we can get you what we promised." And he's like, "Okay, all right, so go ahead and whatever. I've been wanting to set it up anyway." So they do that, send him to the next lady, and he goes, "Okay, I want to make sure I am getting a better package, right? I'm getting," and she goes, "No, you're going to be getting the same thing, just like $20 more. Like, that's it."
Yeah, that's pretty much same here.
They'll do that to you. They'll totally.
You know what's funny? Okay, I had a really.
The first thing that I did when they gave me better internet was I did a speed test to make sure they fucking gave me some better internet, and when it passed, I'm like, okay.
Well, one way you guys can check is you can check through the splitters that they have when they install your cable and your internet, and you want to check the splitters so you can see how much signal you're losing through them. Because I had to replace the splitters that they put there, and I went to Walmart and I got splitters that take less signal away, and I finally got my full signal that way. So they pretty much rob you.
I'm not sure like what they use there, but I know I've worked. That's what my line of work was for many years, was installing and working on cable and internet and satellite and alarms. But the splitters they use for two TVs, they use the 3.5 megahertz drop, which is off 2 different legs. Up at, both sides, and then if you have more, like a lot of outlets in your house, then you'll have a 4-way splitter, which is 3.5 megahertz off the first leg, and then 7 megahertz off the remaining 3 legs. So what were you getting?
Who, me?
Yeah, like how did you go to Walmart? Because the Walmart splitters are shit.
No, okay. So they have like in these packages. It's a gold like a gold colored splitter, and you can I have it installed outside so I can't see, but pretty much when I installed that, I got a signal boost immediately after installing it in comparison to what Comcast got. And then Comcast came to my house uninvited one day. Mm-hmm. And I see the guy, like a technician working. I saw a technician guy working out the side of my house. I'm like, hey, well, what are you doing? He's like, oh, you don't want this gold splitter. These are cheap. You want to use our official ones. I'm like, yeah, but your official ones take a lot of my signal. And he's like, oh, don't worry. Trust me, it'll be better for you. And I'm like, okay, can I have my gold splitter back? He's like, oh, I threw it away. I was like, oh, okay.
Can't do that. They can't do that.
He did do that.
I would have definitely took something up with them. I mean, I know it's probably not that much money, but he is right though, because most of the problems that we had whenever we would go out would be people went to Walmart and got themselves a splitter, and they work fine for a little while, but then they don't last that long. Now, what you probably had was a bad splitter from them, not really just so much bad megahertz drops or just whatever. But because did you get the same?
Do you want me to read? I have it here in my room. Do you want me to read
frequency drops?
Yeah, the frequency drops. You want me to read them to you real quick?
Yeah.
I mean, hold on, give me a minute.
Okay. Because unless I do something different there with Comcast or whatever, then
let's see. Hold on. It's tangled up. Let's see, right here. Okay, this is a 3-way.
Yeah, so it should be 3.5 off of each leg.
Each one takes 3.5 decibels. So it's let's see, 3, 6, 9.5. I'm no good at math, but and with the other splitters, each the
Wait a minute.
ones I used, each one only took 1.5 decibels from each
Go back to how you got 9.5.
Well, hold on, sorry. Let me do the math again. See, so it's okay. So there's a 3-way splitter, so they connect the cable on one of these coax, and then they connect the internet on the other coax, and then they have the main one connects here, and then it splits it. And each one takes 3.5 decibels.
Not the one by itself. The one at the top doesn't take any.
This one. Hold on. No, actually, hold on. I think you might be right.
It's just the 2 coming out. The 2 outputs, it drops each output 3.5 decibels.
Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, the one on the top doesn't take anything. Anyway, maybe you're right. Maybe it was a faulty splitter, but as soon as they came and installed their splitter again, it
went back to.
Are you using
a cable modem? Are you using the one of their modems?
No, fuck no.
That's what Rex said about making them do a speed test. I went and rented their most expensive modem that they had, and
don't ever do that.
Yeah, then I had them do a speed test, and I was paying for 300 megs down, and I was getting 30 down, and I was like, yeah, this ain't working. And they're like, well, it's got to be something with your house or something. So I went out and bought a close to a $200 router, and $300 router and a $200 modem, and now I'm getting 380 down. So I mean, their shitty equipment.
Netgear Nighthawk.
Yep, Netgear Nighthawk is God mode.
I got the Linksys one, the Linksys version of it.
Okay.
No, but go ahead. Sorry.
Are you running? Do you know if you're running Cat 5e or Cat 6 through your house? I mean, that also plays into it as well for your signal.
That I don't know.
If you're running Cat 5, well, Cat 5e is the standard. Mm-hmm. So Cat 5e is your Ethernet cable, pretty much, right? So
Ethernet cable.
Mm-hmm, yeah. So if you're running Cat 5e and you're having issues, you might want to try to beef up to Cat 6 because it's 250 megahertz for Cat 6.
Cat 6. No, Cat 6 is actually pretty cheap.
Yeah, it's really cheap now. Yeah.
No,
it's like-
I didn't know that. I'll give it a look, but
Yeah, Cat 6
online.
Cat 6 is 250 megahertz. Cat 5e is usually, I think it's, what is it, Rambo? 125.
Yeah,
So I
Right.
mean, and Cat
it was
6,
good for the like the older modems and stuff like that before it got to DOCSIS 3.0.
Well, yeah, and we're coming into 3.1 soon too. By the way, like they have a CM1000 that I want to get.
And you definitely need the Cat 6 for 3.1 and 3.0 basically.
That Fritanga will depend on how new your house is in the area you live in.
oh man, the sad thing. This house might be from
Well, no.
1955. I don't know.
Not the Cat 6 wiring won't.
Cat 6 is easy. Like Cat 6 is
Cat 6 will be like basically just from his router or whatever to his like equipment. If you're the only thing that matters like about how old his house is and stuff is how old the cable wiring is that's on his house.
No, the cable wiring is standard. It was all rewired about
They're good then.
15 years ago. So
Oh, so you're probably operating on 5e then.
Yeah, so I would definitely get the Cat. I would definitely get your Cat 6 wiring.
Yep.
I mean,
I
you
can
could.
tell who is talking. The only one I know here is Rags. It's just
It's-
twin M&Ms.
There you go. That works.
Mms.
But Cat
I-
But Cat 6 can actually help your signal be more more
Right.
reliable. Like Cat 5e will cause, like, if you have a really fast connection and you say you have a 3.1 modem, let's say you have all that shit, your wiring can actually bottleneck your fucking connection.
Yeah, that's what actually was happening to me. I had the Cat 5 wiring with my 3.0 router, or my 3.1 router, and because there's 3.1 routers out now.
Right.
But we just don't actually have that. But whenever was doing my speed test, you would see it go from like 380 to down to 60, down to 380 to 80 to. I mean, it would just go back and it would fluctuate
Yeah.
if you just kept on doing it. But then once I got Cat 6, it kind of just stays at a steady.
Okay, so I'll look into something about kitty cats. Gotcha.
So you worked as a what, Rambo?
I was a contractor for different companies, but I would contract for my local cable company, contract for the satellite company, contract for alarm companies. So I installed and maintenance house and commercial alarms, security alarms.
Okay.
So installed and serviced cable and internet and phone, along with satellite.
Mhm.
Pretty cool.
It's better than cleaning dead bodies for a living. So there you go.
No,
Your clients won't complain.
Yeah.
My client. That was funny.
Stupid.
I laugh at things like I don't know. Like it's just such. I don't know if it's subtle humor necessarily, but anyway.
Who
it's
cares
just
about
clever.
cellular humor? Doesn't matter.
We were talking about what net neutrality and all that kind of stuff, and cable, how it's dying. I hope it
that
dies.
reminds me. Li-Fi, you guys. What do you guys think about that
Li-Fi.
technology? Li-Fi.
Yeah.
That
What-
shit looks
what's-
promising. That shit looks
I don't
promising.
know what is
Wi-Fi?
Wi-Fi.
What is that?
Wi-Fi is actually super cool. Go ahead, Brimstone. I'm not going to take that from you.
No, it's all right. So Li-Fi operates on literally light. So any light source can connect to another light source as a bridge connection, and you'll have internet speeds 10 times faster than what we currently have. I have a gig, so I would have up to 10 gigs on a base connection through Li-Fi. And we're not...
But now, is this going to be like?
Go ahead.
I don't believe you, by the way.
That's nice.
I heard about this back when it was a concept. Is this actually somewhere like there's
The UK is the only one that's doing it right now. Like
But
My
they're only
question is,
certain.
does it pull from your electrical current? Like, it's got to have some sort of like effect on your electrical current.
Well, there's a reason why they call it Li-Fi. It operates off of light waves.
Oh, I thought it's because this is a lie, and I don't believe it.
but I mean, so I mean, but the light waves. I mean, the waves from it, like that wouldn't that still pull some more electricity to that light?
I don't know if that's how that would work though, because this is coming off of a wave that's being emitted from an electrical current. So I don't know if that would actually be considered pulling from that electrical current. You know what I mean? It's like it's like I don't know. It's hard to explain.
The way I'm seeing it, the way I'm seeing
page
it,
that has all the information on it.
I'm looking
the way
it up
I'm
right
seeing
now.
it, the way I'm seeing it is like the waves come out and you start to use like the connection, and then the more you use that connection, or the more in that area of that light or whatever that starts using that connection and starts drawing more and more power from it.
I don't know if it
seems like
draws
it seems
more
like
or
more
if it
and more
just
stuff would
utilizes
have
what's
to.
existing.
It could. I mean, that's
The
that's
brighter the
interesting to
light,
see.
the more data it could send.
Well, that's how I'm looking
guessing.
at it.
Because
Yeah, that's how I'm
because
looking at it.
light has wave particle duality to it.
Then
So
I'm-
the more light there actually is, then the more actual light particles exist.
Everybody's house that has it's gonna have like these fucking floodlights in it. Like everybody's house is gonna be glowing.
If that's what it takes for me to get 10 gigabyte a second internet, then let's do
Wait,
it.
so
I'll never sleep.
can
Here.
information actually travel through light?
Yes,
From what-
yes, it
from what
can.
I don't.
Here,
The extraterrestrials through it.
and
I don't
Wi-Fi
believe it until I see it.
would
Yeah,
be
same here.
similar-
Brimstone talks to
what's
ETs all the time
Yes, especially when I'm snorting cocaine.
through his light ray.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
Here's the link. Here's one of the links. There's many. There's many
Yes,
different
please.
links,
We
yeah.
need links.
I mean,
Links or it didn't happen.
technically, doesn't information travel through light signals when it's going through cables, or is this like a different?
Well,
I
it
imagine
would
there'd
have
be a
to.
difference.
well, electrons, but
Well, electrons.
It would
but
just
that's
be
still
using
light,
the-
No?
I'm not sure if it'd be it's so much. Wouldn't it be kind of like more of a boost to your internet?
I mean,
I just don't.
It just sounds
I
like
don't-
bullshit. It just sounds like bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
well,
that's kind of sound like bullshit. I mean,
Wi-Fi's been a thing since like 2010, though. Like they've been working on this for a while.
okay. So I just found an article that said Wi-Fi has been tested in the real world, and it's a 100 times faster than Wi-Fi.
Go
sorry,
ahead.
hang on.
well, yeah, but if you go to
Read
if you go to a feminist website, they also say that they're about
That's true.
equality. So
That's true.
Oh.
Is this
and
is
they
this
say Star
is
Citizen's
this on
supposed to come out.
Infowars.com? No, it's Tech World. Oh, I don't buy this. I don't buy this.
either. Yeah,
I don't buy it.
I'm surprised you guys have
It'll
never
be
even heard of
interesting.
it.
I've never heard of it.
Maybe
but
there's a
it's-
reason why we haven't heard.
But
It's
you okay?
definitely-
But you know how fiber works, though, right? Fiber is automatically data going into a light form.
Is it?
Yeah, but
Yes.
but there's a reason they have to lay down fiber optic
it's-
cables everywhere.
Yeah, because but I mean, it has to be
Not
shielded
just
in a different
not
way
just
than.
free flowing light
physically-
bouncing
has to-
around in the atmosphere.
Because with fiber, it's physically traveling, right? But with light fight, it's not.
Yeah, it's
physically
using
traveling?
the cable as a medium to travel.
Yes, and
Yeah.
it has to have a heavy shield on the outside of it to keep the information flowing in a smooth pattern because it just goes everywhere.
I don't buy the idea that you can have, because light isn't, I mean, it's constantly bouncing around everywhere, and how can it hold all of this data? It just seems it just sounds
Are you
signal-
familiar? Are you familiar with form beaming? Form beaming off of a router. Yes. Each like we were just talking about Nighthawk earlier. They have like four connections that do form beaming. Form beaming is used for live streamers, people with high-end internet speeds that can stream and have a consistent actual connection without it fluctuating. So form beaming is, I'm guessing, how they would probably have to get this to work. I don't know how, but from what I understand, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm seeing right now a product called Li-Fi X, and what it is, it's a USB 3.0 device that you stick into your computer, and then you have to purchase a light that is it's essentially its partner, where that light as it shines on
Otherwise,
is right. If you
Like
don't
a-
have that, it's not going to work.
Sounds
I
like a
don't-
hassle.
I don't know. It seems to me like that is just it's kind of like one of those infomercial type things.
Yeah, that's the
You
kind of
have-
vibe I'm getting.
You have the Li-Fi X access point, and then you have the station, which is the light bulb. So that's what it's looking like. This, yeah, I'm.
It's like the ShamWow towel of internet.
Well, I've heard about the concept a little bit before, but didn't really start researching it until right now.
Something right now. I'm going to tell you guys about this, but I'm going to research as I'm
Well,
telling
no, but I'm only jumping in because I heard of it. It was Brimstone who brought it up, but I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. Hang on, yeah. Let me go look that up real quick.
And
I
see,
don't know. It seems like it'd be too easy to interrupt the signal for that to even be official.
Well, see-
I'm reading here that it has to be LED lights and they always have to be on. So I mean that's fine in a lot of circuits. That means you can't use it for a lot of public places.
That's
But
true.
What was that one? There was another that was.
because I imagine if the light stops being at a certain, lumen level, then it wouldn't be able to transfer the connection.
Well, is anybody a much bigger fan of Google providing internet using drones? No.
There was another.
What?
There was another similar.
As long as
Google,
they can
that's how-
get it here, fine.
Google wants to. They want to use drones, and these drones will travel to.
They're just gonna
very
hover over your
desolated-
fucking house.
Like very desolated areas, like way out in the countryside, and
Right.
drones will be able to beam Wi-Fi.
Fair enough.
There was another kind of like that where they took the radio towers that already exist and then hook their own devices to that, so that you can use Wi-Fi outdoors.
We really can't escape the internet, can we?
Well, it's a humans and their convenience kind of thing.
Well, the internet's just like gravity. It's everywhere, but I mean, it's really easy to fight against it.
Yeah.
well, I mean, I think it's all interesting stuff. Like,
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see if it ever comes to pass and how it, to see it actually in the real world examples.
yeah.
Long.
Address the
The
British.
internet is chasing us.
So I have a question for you guys. I had an argument or the debate earlier today at work.
So you want us to win that debate for you?
Well,
Yeah.
no. I'm curious as to what you guys would say on this. We were talking about how
Did you call him a faggot?
Go ahead.
we recently
Go ahead,
found that whales and hippopotamus are very close, as in they were once the
Like
same.
in a relationship?
Like,
How the fuck did y'all get on this conversation?
Just go, Barry. Continue, Barry. Don't stop, Barry.
I think like we have this guy who just looks up random stuff. Well, apparently they're very close related to each other. At one point, they were the same animal. Half of them diverted to land, half of them to water. The idea was
I don't know if that's how evolution works.
Natural selection, perhaps no.
I mean, do you think that they put it to a vote?
Did they put it to a-
regardless, very close. So the idea was humans seem to be evolving more towards their minds than their bodies. We're exercising less. We're becoming more obese. We're sitting at our homes more. So is there a chance that we would not need our bodies so much anymore? But then on the counter side, a lot of people were saying, well, the problem is your body feeds your mind. The endorphins that
You know
That's
how long
wrong.
it takes for evolution to like show any appreciable progress, right?
Well, of course, yeah. This isn't going to be like an overnight thing. This is going to be millions of years.
Well, I mean, we've already slowed down the process of evolution anyway.
We didn't know. There's no such thing. It just evolves in certain ways. It never slows down.
Right.
Well, technically, I mean, the way we live in a very in a society, would we still be able to
Who's
No,
we?
no, no.
some way?
Because it doesn't matter which direction you go, you're going to evolve towards that direction. It doesn't matter. Like evolution doesn't stop. And
Yeah, you're always evolving.
right.
Okay, yeah. All right.
So the idea was essentially this split, which if it happened regardless, this split, half of the human populace turned physical or more physical, and the other half more on a mental side, than a full conversion with all of us just being more on
Mental?
I didn't explain that well.
No, I got what you're saying. You're saying it would be the same exact process.
Well, but the idea was behind it, would it be beneficial?
I'm
For the
thinking of
human-
Wally. I'm thinking of Wally.
Well,
Yeah,
it would be beneficial if consistently for enough tens of thousands of years, the same thing gets people to evolve in a certain way, then that would be beneficial for us, yes.
You think so?
Well, yeah, else we wouldn't evolve that way. We evolved to better survive in our surroundings, or at least to be more to adapt. We evolved to adapt to our surroundings, and it is a consistent science fiction theme that eventually a species will become so hyper intelligent that it transcends the need for either a physical form, or it has developed technologies or enhancements that make the natural physical form either obsolete or even a hindrance. So this would probably take place in the form of machines.
So AI
through a transfer of no, it would be done through either a transfer of consciousness into some sort of a machine built to receive it, or it would there wouldn't be a point, I don't think, in which we would just not have a body. You have to have some sort of a physical something, as far as I'm aware, in order to hold, because a human being is a collection of information that's stored in a brain for the most part. So something has to hold that information. There is no ethereal consciousness. There has to be a physical thing holding the information of your consciousness. So there's never going to be a point where, I don't think, at least if I'm right here, and I think I am, that you could have no body. There has to be something to hold your information.
Right.
Well, yeah.
As for whether or not we are going to see a trend that makes us more and more, or at least less and less dependent on our physical bodies, I don't necessarily think. I mean, humans are healthier now than they've ever been, and that's a trend that has been occurring for a while now. Because we used to, human beings used to, you'd stub your toe and you'd die, basically.
Or you got infections super easy.
If you start sneezing, then you might as well, start writing out your will, because you'll be a goner.
Yeah.
However, we are still more obese than we've ever been as well.
But if anything, that's because of our excess. That's because we've become so successful that many of us have the luxury of becoming obese.
Yeah.
Woohoo! So I'm gonna evolve into a whale. Oh yeah!
Brim is evolving faster than any of us.
There you go.
Well, that's not an evolution.
Well, no, I'm
The fact we have more obese people than ever is a testament to how successful the species is doing. Well, I will say I say Western civilization.
We're at the very top of the food chain at this.
Well, of course. And I'm glad you said the way you said there, Regs, because that's actually the route that I took when I was trying to explain my point back at work. And everyone seemed to think that it was a bad thing. This would be a negative impact on human beings because we would lose what makes us human. And
we would lose what we're familiar with.
Right. Because I said I don't think that actually is. Maybe that is possible. Because I actually brought up that what if one day we transcend this and become celestial beings? Because we just don't need our bodies anymore. We've decided, or not decided, evolution's decided that we just don't need it. We so much consciousness, and there's a ton of theory on combined consciousness that I love that stuff. But
there's quite a few good mangas and animes and just regular science.
Okay.
No, but I know what you mean.
Only fictional. You can You can only hypothesize, right?
Right.
You can't know what direction it's going to go. One thing that was brought up though was interesting was the idea that drugs that we use today does slow down evolution. I disagree with that as well.
Well, what do you mean?
But the idea is that as humans evolved, we would have become immune to certain diseases as more of us died off from them. However, because we were smart enough, we could counteract those diseases with medicine. However, those medicines slow down our natural process of just weeding out from heritage. We're keeping people alive who, and this is how my coworker put it, we're keeping people alive who don't deserve to be alive. That's how he put it.
Wow.
And in a purely utilitarian sense, I know what you mean.
Right. So with that, those people who should have died, so we can further on and better the human race, they're still alive because.
Well, now we're getting into the meritorious aspects, which isn't utilitarian at all. If the object of a species is to thrive, then it doesn't matter why.
Yeah, I agree.
So eliminate the weaklings. No.
No. No.
We're turning into the Reich over here.
Weaklings normally don't have a tendency to breed anyway.
Mm.
People who are not attractive, who don't have traits that other people find attractive, don't have a tendency to pass on their traits.
Mm.
Now we've interfered with that in a way. Advanced forms
Tinder?
of birth control,
Chloroform,
weird fetishy shit. But it used to be that, I mean, like in the wild, that's why males compete. So that the strongest male who supposedly has the best genes puts those genes forward into the next line, because you constantly have to make your species better in order to combat, the advancement of bacteria and things like that. Because there's an invisible war being waged on every natural being. That's why creatures. That's why sexual reproduction is such a huge asset to a species, because genetic diversity is practically required for any high-level creature. That's why incest produces deformities. That is why it is very important for you to have an extremely varied gene pool, so that something just doesn't come in and wipe you all out.
Well, goodbye, West Virginia.
That's why the only truly successful higher level creatures reproduce sexually. Well, there might be some examples, but there's a male and a female, and they mix genes, and those genes go into a new generation, and it gets mixing genetic diversity.
Now, is this with or without chloroform?
It wouldn't matter.
Long Slong Silver says, my genes didn't make a person worth a damn the first 5 times. Time to try again 10 more times. That's the spirit.
Yeah.
Go for it.
America. I mean. So what does that say about Mexicans, Fritanga? Huh?
I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm not Mexican.
Well, if someone at work brings up the idea that this is just hypothetical they're putting forth, of course, but there's more traits that have survival value than pure physical prowess.
Yeah, obviously.
And
I agree.
Like intellect, like do you think
like you could be the strongest guy in the tribe, you could be the smartest or the dumbest. There obviously there's savants. There's a wide range of different talents and different assets someone could have that aren't physical. I mean, you'd have to. I mean, societies. There's a reason that isn't done. Even in a purely utilitarian sense, you would have to, in order to. I mean, how do you know? Where do you draw the line? How do you measure the line consistently? And how do you keep a society going and could keep up those rules for long enough? It's animal. I mean, even animals that protect themselves normally. I mean, they do it for a reason. Obviously, the idea that something has intrinsic value to it is. It has a lot of survival value as well.
When it comes to animals, like for instance, like with gorillas, the females will go for the strongest males, but not necessarily the smartest males. But
how do you find that out if you're a gorilla?
Well,
No, that's a serious question.
I know
wait
it
a
just
minute.
sounds funny.
How would you possibly find that out if you're a gorilla?
Yeah.
I know that's a good point. Yeah.
Okay, so one's flinging his shit and leaves everywhere to fuck, and the other one's just off in the corner reading a book. I mean, I don't know.
Well, I mean, for instance, like one gorilla has maybe better survival instincts than another, but the other gorilla is
How does one
physically-
gorilla know who has the best instincts?
Yeah, that's exactly the.
Right. There's the difference.
Well, so that's why I was wondering how, gorillas gorillas live in a form of society. Oh, not society, but they live in.
No, a lot of animals have a societal structure to them. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
do you know? Let's talk about peacocks for a second. A female peacock is a hen, and a hen will select normally the male with the biggest tail to breed with. What's very interesting is that in every sense of the word, the bigger the tail is, the more difficult life is for a peacock. It means you have to consume more. It means you have less ability to escape predators. You have less of an ability to fly or to get up in the air and to stay there. It is in every sense of the word, it is a handicap.
So if his genes carry on to the chicks or the future peacocks,
and they do,
wouldn't that make the life for the peacocks even harder, and they could get closer to extinction?
No. It is harder. That's why they don't go extinct. Because if the biggest peacock that there is, the biggest toughest peacock male, is able to survive and thrive despite that massive handicap, he is clearly the strongest.
Never saw it from that way.
That's how it works with them. There is no utilitarian, there is no actual advantage to a male peacock to have the biggest tail that there is, because sometimes these things are just unfathomably massive. Right? Well, they're extremely heavy, they're bulky. You have to consume more in order to keep up with it and to keep your body weight.
Its only purpose is for attracting
its
mates.
Only purpose is to get bigger so that those genes get passed on. Because when a peacock sees that a male is the strongest of them all, and he has the biggest tail possible, and he has survived. Remember, by the time an animal gets to the age where it can breed, it has already had to... I mean, life isn't a cakewalk for animals. So if he has gotten to that age where he's sexually mature, and his tail is that big, it means that his entire life he has been fighting against the handicap of having this huge tail, and is still not only alive, but successful.
So a better survivor, essentially.
That means that his genes must be really good.
Right. Okay.
Even if his genes are really, really good, it doesn't matter if the eggs are male or female. They're going to be good genes. I mean, there's a reason why American pharaohs come as $5,000 a bucket or whatever. Because you want to get the best genes you possibly can to have the best chance of having the best offspring.
Right.
Now it's different where in that sense it's different with like a horse, for instance. There's no disadvantage to a horse being extremely strong and muscular, right? I mean, a horse doesn't have any predators in the wild as far as I know. Well, especially because horses are not native to North America for starters.
Right.
But one of them is a show of strength in a different way, and the other one is, a show of genetic strength in a different way. Humans are different because we don't necessarily... I mean, we have... Now, maybe animals are the same, but people have fetishes. They have kinks that they are attracted to. They have some things that they like that have nothing to do on survivability. We don't look at other people's genetics necessarily and desire people based on those, though for the most part, we look at someone, handsome people with strong toned bodies, who are not necessarily overly muscular, but who are healthy looking, are generally found as more attractive. And the same thing applies to us. Not as immensely accurately, but the trend is that women find a certain kind of men more attractive than others. That's So I keep up with myself. Boy.
It all came down to that. Well, what about Brem?
What about Brim?
Yeah.
Not with a 10-foot pole.
Ouch.
Ouch.
That's fine. That's good.
It's okay. Brem doesn't like
because
dick anyway.
because I am a 10-foot pole. Mm.
That's a good way of twisting it.
You'd have to be to see it.
Oh, unless you're a smart fat guy and you have mirrors everywhere you walk.
How,
I don't know if I was a fat guy if I'd want mirrors everywhere.
Yeah. To each his own. To each his own.
what happened to Geek? He's not in here today. I mean, he's in the chat.
His
but-
internet is all messed up. It's all
Being a
out.
piece of shit.
His
Yeah.
his internet
Mountain Dew
sucks
County.
dick.
Way up in Mountain Dew County.
Wolves, rags, are you fucking retarded? What do you... Someone in chat.
What? What's
What?
someone saying? Chat?
Wolves, rags, are you fucking retarded? I
Oh,
don't know.
wolves.
I don't know what wolves have to do with this. I mean, they have obviously a hierarchy too. You know, but we all know about that. It's almost one of the primo examples of it.
Someone says, I want to strangle a peacock where its neck breaks. I'll tell
very
its
nice thing
neck
to do.
breaks, apparently. So, okay.
I'm gonna take off, guys. I got work tomorrow,
Yeah.
Take off what?
so take off all that place.
No, I'm going to also head out. I got to go to sleep. I got to work tomorrow. More dead bodies to clean. Woo!
Thank you guys
Talk about debate
for
dude
having
had
us
with
and
J-Tech.
not talking about games. Sorry.
Oh, games. That's right. I think that we were supposed to talk about.
Yeah.
I played Prey and it's really good.
I
All right, see you guys later.
Oh.
All right.
I'm
Later,
sorry.
Bullet. Later, Fritanga.
What about? Can I come on to talk about the copyright? That's not how you spell debacle. Debacle, so we can get into an actual gaming topic, please. What copyright debacle?
Who is it that wants in here?
Oh, by the way, I got another one of my Fallout 4 streams. Every single Fallout 4 stream that I've done has been claimed because the radio plays a song and somebody claims the song on the radio in the game.
Wow.
Every single Fallout 4 stream. Granted, it's only been 3. 2 have been, I think 2 have been public, and 1 has been a private test stream. But they've all been claimed. So now every time I stream, I have to turn off the radio. If I find a radio, the radio has to go off.
That's weird.
It doesn't matter where I go. It's like a new mini game. It's called "Don't Get a Copyright Strike" in the post-apocalyptic nuclear wasteland.
What the hell? That's so ridiculous.
I could fight it, and I'd of course win. But look, I filed a copyright dispute like a month ago for that TED Talk video that I did, and I'm still waiting for it to go through. I'm still waiting. Luckily, I'll get all that money back retroactively, but it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, it's kind of lame. That is kind of weird. Man. So Rambo,
So Brim,
what's up, man?
y'all bored the hell out of me with I hated evolution talk back in school, and I didn't really feel like going back down to National Geographic.
I think it's very fascinating.
I think it's all right. It's all good. I don't mind
It
those
just-
talks.
It's just not something I'm interested in. It just like I don't know. Science was always, yeah.
All right, so let's talk about biology and religion. Let's go. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh God, no! Please. So you're gonna make me buy like a shit ton of games just because I'm looking for something to do?
Well, Dead Cell's coming out. Have you seen that?
I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
All right, so Dead Cell is a Metrovania / roguelite game, and it's on Steam and it's early access. And you know if those things are popular enough, they will come out to console eventually.
Yeah.
So,
The last roguelike that came out, the Surge, I've heard a lot of negativity about that game, or I guess mixed. I guess there's some people that say it's pretty good, and then
I've heard
there's
mixed
some
stuff,
people that
too.
are talking about how shit it is. So it's kind of By the same people who did the shit, what is that game? The one that came out, the kind of a Dark Souls like game, back
Salt and
maybe around
Sanctuary?
2010. It was a retail copy. Shit, I have it.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Are you talking about the one that's based on like Norse, all the Norse stuff?
Yeah,
I know.
couldn't tell you
I think I know what you're talking about.
But it's made by them, and they like that game just sucked. As far as like the roguelike type thing. I mean, because you obviously whenever you play those games, you compare it to like the predecessors that they're copying off of, and it just didn't stand up to it in any way. The hell it's called now. I'm gonna find it though because I own it and.
Yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about. It's you were originally a prisoner or whatever, and like the beginning cinematic is like a fucking mountain comes to life pretty much.
It's been a while since I played. I mean, I played it. That might actually be Lords of the Fallen.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Lords of the Fallen. Yeah. Really, you didn't like the game? I thought the game was pretty good.
I mean, obviously, I mean, you need to have a game stand on its own, but it tried too much to be like Dark Souls, and I just don't feel like that it. And I guess the controls felt more clunky than what Dark Souls does. It didn't. It felt like a kind of a cheaper knockoff.
All right.
The game looked good.
Yeah.
It seemed to run pretty fine as far as like the frame rate and stuff. I mean, but it just for some reason it just didn't like grab me. I'm still gonna play it and try to get through it all and stuff like that. But I just after seeing that and then knowing that the Surge was made by the same people, I was just kind of like, yeah, I don't even want to mess with the Surge. So, now that this one's coming out, I mean, if this one makes its way to console, then I don't know. I'll look at it and see what it looks like and see how, and I guess gauge people's responses. It won't be one that I buy like day one, but gauge people's responses to it. Did you see the people crying about PS4?
Wait, what game?
Spore?
Lawbreakers coming to PS4.
Oh, yeah. You saw something. You posted something about it, and I was just kind of like,
these people.
Lawbreakers is also on PC, so I don't know why
Xbox people want it. I'm guessing.
The Xbox people felt like that they were
like
because
what?
Owed, like Cliffy B owes them.
Owed? Oh, what do you mean owed?
Like that game. Like since Cliffy B is the one that originally started out with like Gears, and basically the Xbox people are saying we made you who you are, and now you should put your game on our platform first. Since we're the ones who made you.
Now I mean, I understand. I have some sympathy with that to a very limited degree, but you're losing me with the whole first business.
Well, I'm not talking about we're not talking about PC. Obviously, it was always slated for PC, but whenever it was announced for a console and he chose the PS4, they felt slighted because that it's Cliffy B and he's putting a shooter on PlayStation 4 before he puts it on Xbox, and everybody's basically saying that. He hates Xbox. Fuck him. I mean, he garnered like so much fucking hate on his Twitter timeline, and in comments of videos talking about how he's a fucking queer and fuck him and fuck that dude and
awesome Xbox
death threats and everything. And I'm like going, and you wonder why developers don't jump at the chance to put their game on your platform.
Yeah, man. I mean, look. The whole thing people need to understand is that when somebody makes a game for your platform, the transaction ends when you give him money and he gives you a game. After that, nothing else is owed.
Yeah,
he doesn't owe you anything else.
Well, they didn't. They before making videos about it and talking about it, they didn't gather any information about it and realize that this Cliffy B's team is 65 people.
Yeah, and again, he's one guy.
Out of money.
he doesn't actually have the power to make those kinds of decisions.
Well, he's the one who owns this company, so he's the one who's making the decision. But the reason why he made the decision, yeah, he's the one who made the decision. But the reason why he made that decision was because funds. Obviously, you put it on the if you're going to put it on console and only can put it on one, you put it on the one that has the higher install base.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you make more money, but people were even asking like, "Are you rolling out Xbox? Is this a PlayStation exclusive?" They're like, "No." He's like, we're not rolling out Xbox at all. He said, "Just right now, we can only put it on one." And
maybe when the money starts rolling in, they can get a new version going. Chillax.
And everybody was like kind of like trying to tell these Xbox guys, look, I mean, it's coming to Xbox as well, more than likely, just depending on how well it does. But it's just a business decision. They're like, no, like this guy, we made him. It should be on our console first. And I'm like, fuck that. I was like, so you want this guy to like lose money just because he? I'm like, that makes no fucking sense. Y'all are fucking like crazy. You got to look at it from a business standpoint, not some sort of like loyalty standpoint. There's no loyalty. No, there's no loyalty at all to
he doesn't know
from any developer. And with Naughty Dog, if he left Naughty Dog and like started his own indie company, and say Xbox 2 and PlayStation 5 were out, and he, Xbox 2 was like kicking ass and whatever, and he put his game on there, I wouldn't feel like slighted in any way. I'd be like, oh, it makes sense. I mean, I don't look at these developers that develop PlayStation only games and think, well, even if they move on, they're going to be loyal to PlayStation. Well, they're not even really like quote unquote loyal to PlayStation. Now they're just owned by PlayStation. That's how they end up getting their games, on PlayStation. There's no loyalty there. There's not like, I promise to work with you, PlayStation. If you own me, so I have no other choice. Fucking crazy. Like they just think that this guy should lose money, or put it on a platform that has less than half of its competition, just because they bought Gears. You're making no damn sense at all.
The fuck? Like,
yeah, I'm telling you, they sent him a bunch of hate from it. They're like, Cliffy B snubs Xbox One for PlayStation. Cliffy B turns his back on the Xbox crap. Like, no, he didn't. Like, fuck's sake. Like, he just made a business decision that helps him make money. That's it.
The more you act like this, the more you're making it into a personal decision.
Right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like when the more they do this, like that, when how they kind of like they went out and they did that crap with Titanfall 2. Whenever they showed that PlayStation disc, even though that Xbox had like the marketing deal in it, and they
the most tiny, trite, petty crap you could possibly have a contention with,
boycotting it, and then now they're talking about boycotting Destiny 2. And because it's because of the parity, they think PS4 Pro is holding back the Scorpio somehow. I don't understand their logic on that.
Yeah, but isn't it hilarious how they never believe PC gamers when we say, like, the weaker the consoles are, the more they hold back games for us. And like, no, that couldn't possibly ever be true. And
they still can't even. Well, even those same people that are doing that, saying the PS4 Pro, they still can't even fathom that the consoles are holding back the PC. Those people still cannot accept that argument.
They still, and now, sure enough, now they're like, what? The weakest possible console is holding back even the biggest. What? No, no. I don't know. It's just interesting. You just change it around a little bit, and then it's so. That's one of the things that will continue to baffle me about these groups, is how they will flip. They do not have any stone tablets with rules upon them, because the rules always change. The rules are always flipping. Resolution matters today. It doesn't matter now. Resolution, it doesn't matter now, but it used to. But frame rate's important now, but now it's not anymore. And who cares about all the games, because it's all about the this and that, and it's just all a. I
mean, if these indie developers or these smaller developers, I guess Clippy would still be an indie developer, but when they see like these bigger companies and even themselves getting this swath of hate from a group of gamers on one platform or the other. I think it helps goes into a decision, for future developers and stuff. When they're looking to put a game on one or the other, like, do you like give into like these type of people, and put the game there first? I think that actually has some sort of effect with other developers seeing it. I think that these people need to start acting. I mean, especially if they're wanting these games, they need to start acting with a little bit more respect. Just ask him a question. Hey, is it coming to Xbox One? Let him answer and go, okay, and be done.
Name a toxic PC gamer who does the same thing.
I can't name one that's
because I can't name one who does.
I can't name one that's a YouTuber. I've dealt with like.
Yeah, there's bad apples in every community. Absolutely.
I've never seen a PC gaming YouTuber that does it.
And here's what's interesting is that I found that when it comes to the I hate to use the word community, it's more of a demographic, but in the PC community, we don't rally around these kinds of people like Crap Gamer, like Mooch, like all the corporate slaves for Sony. I mean, these people are icons in their community for the way that they behave, and that is so awful.
Not really so much on the PlayStation side. I mean, unless I'm missing something, because I know
not as much. Yeah, it's not as much.
But it may not be as much, but it exists. It exists.
It exists, but it's definitely bigger on the Xbox side. Definitely bigger.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Crap Gamer is a bad person. He is a liar. He is a straight up liar. He's a disingenuous corporate slave fanboy, and he somehow has 30,000 subs. And granted, I think a lot of that is just people can get Xbox news. Regardless of how misinformed or insanely biased it is, because all of his videos, he has a consistently low like ratio.
Most of those subs hate watch him. He's hate watch.
A lot of them do. Absolutely, a lot of them do.
They just want to see what he says next. I refuse to give him a click.
I mean,
I don't watch any of his videos.
It's bad, man. It's bad, but it just the fact that these people are the icons of their community,
it is sad.
That is sad. It absolutely is sad.
That they hold like that community, the Xbox community holds, the Twitter Xbox community holds, Crap Gamer at a high pedestal, because you don't even have to even like watch Crap Gamer videos, but you can just interact with these people that have nothing to, like, you can't really tell that they have like a relationship with Crap, or watch Crap's videos, whatever. Just the shit they spew out like in their tweets is almost a mirrored image of what Crap has said.
And I'm someone who I've listened to quite a few of his videos. I've done, I think, 2 video responses.
I don't know how you do it.
And it just, I don't know how to do it either. Maybe
you need to put like hazard pay in your Patreon.
Genes, but there is I don't know a positive trait that I could ascribe to his video content other than it's numerous. I mean, he's certainly a prolific uploader.
He definitely puts out. I mean, you can't say that he doesn't put out content.
He puts out 4 shit videos a day. So I can't. I mean, at least. I mean, ISIS is dedicated. I'll give him that, and I admire their dedication, I suppose. But I mean, I just don't. What kind of person unironically watches in a genuine way people like Crap Gamer? Who listen to that podcast? I don't understand what kind of person. Somebody
actually, said that they liked Crap Gamer because that's how they get their Xbox news, and I'm like going, but how is watching him to get your Xbox news like really getting Xbox news? Because you're getting lies. I mean, you're not even getting the actual Xbox news. You're getting it told in a completely different way than it actually happened. So it's like,
shouldn't you choose maybe a less biased source?
I mean, I've even pointed him out to like this Randall Thor.
I mean, there are tons of console gamers who do console news and who do stuff like that exclusively, and they're not toxic. They're not bad to people. They're not cruel. They're not liars, or they're not just disingenuous. And like, look at like what's the Obi-Wan, the Nintendo guy? He's so positive, it's creepy.
Yeah, he's kind of freaks me out when I watch him.
But he's all about Nintendo. He is always talking up Nintendo, talking about how great Nintendo is, how great their games are.
But he doesn't really throw shade otherwise.
Yeah, he doesn't throw crap at people. He doesn't talk down to people. As far as I know, I haven't watched him much, but the videos I've seen of him, at least he's been like super positive. And it's like, why? I mean, there are people like that who exist, surely, on Xbox and for PlayStation. I mean, a lot of the guys. I mean, I've done podcasts with just purely console gamers who only play on PlayStation, who only play on Xbox, and they're fine. Why can't those people be? No,
he's more. They're source of information. Yeah. I don't know. I wish that the gaming community would their community or whatever, or even the PlayStation one. I never really see anybody like promoting JTech at all. In fact, I think most people in the PlayStation community like find the Legion to be like a complete joke.
Oh yeah, they're the redheaded stepchild of the
And like, who in the PlayStation community would be even remotely on the level or like crapping them? Like,
I don't know. I mean,
I don't really go.
All their channels are small and they're tiny.
Yeah, I mean, I don't go around looking for like PlayStation channels or anything like that. But I mean, I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. I can't think of any.
What's his? Was the Rated D is one of them, isn't he? Like he's
Rated D. Rated D is the Legion. Yeah, he's with the Legion.
Oh, okay. All right, because I know he's got a pretty good following, and they're just as fucking stupid as he is. So I mean.
Yeah, well, they dislikes and all their likes and their shares come from themselves, like in their bot accounts. Like nobody, I've never seen anybody like tweet out a Rated D video or a JTech video. Like I've never seen anybody do that, other than the fact of maybe saying, "Look at this dumbass," you know. But I've never seen anybody like say, "I liked a video," and it pops up being one of theirs. It's just I don't know. They've got a lot of subs, but yet they don't really have a lot of following. It's really weird to me because it's like the subs have got to be fake. View count and your comments in there, they're all from the Legion. Watching them, but you don't really get a sense, like you don't, if you go watch just like Rags' channel and you see it, like he does a video and you have all these comments. Comments, or you go to even somebody smaller than Rags and maybe even BG, you'll see a lot of comments in his thing. But if you go to theirs, it's like it's not indicative of their sub count. And so that's what makes me think there's something with their sub count. Like maybe they've subbed to themselves through their little fake accounts to make themselves be their go-to thing. It was like, look at my sub count. You know,
honestly, I wouldn't put much past them.
I wouldn't either, though.
I would not put much past them. I think they are definitely capable of going through that trouble. I mean, because remember, success is relative. Exposure is relative. You know, you start out a YouTube channel, your first video to get 100 views, that's obviously a big deal, right? It's obviously, it's a big deal. You know, your first 100 subs, I still have a screenshot of when I got 100 subs, and I took a screenshot and I cropped it to save it because that meant a lot to me. Because wherever you are, you know, your goals are and what you find is important changes. And so some people can maybe think it's worth the time to come up with accounts to watch themselves. I'm not saying they do. I'm saying I'm not putting it past them to do that kind of thing. Because, you know, what I mean, there are trolls who have come after me and wasted my time and have been real loudmouth, and they have 10 accounts. It's same name, different number, same name, different number, same name, different number. And they just have the time to jump between account to account to account to account and just it's just waste time with this petty bullshit.
It's not that serious to me. It's gaming. It's not I don't know. I just like to talk about games. I really don't give a shit about the platform worshiping thing, and then to like create accounts to make yourself look more popular, more liked or whatever. Then it's just too much effort.
What I will say though is that one of the things that whenever people often ask me who's worse, the Xbox or the PlayStation fanboys, it is really tough to choose who's worse. But I will say this: the PlayStation guys, for all of their faults, have a tendency to do the. Here's what the guys on the Xbox side, they're the bigger cowards. I will say that. I will say the guys on the Xbox sides are the biggest bitches. Without a doubt, they are the biggest cowards. They will make that is like they'll make a video where they make fun of someone or they make fun of a group, and then they'll block everybody. Like Mooch never said a word to Mooch. He blocked me. Never said a word to Crap Gamer. Blocked me. Block. Like they don't want to put up with this. They don't want to they want to be able to make their video, and they want to be able to decide who they interact with in terms of, oh, this is someone I mocked in a video, or he's part of a community I mocked in a video, and now they're coming at me for doing that, and they want to argue, they want to debate. Well, fuck them, block them. That'll show them. Is like they're at least more PlayStation guys. Like even JTech, he bounces back between whether I'm blocked or not. John Kill didn't block me. He made videos about me. Gameplayness didn't block me. Whatever the other ones were, I can't remember their names really. Half of them have Master Chief as their icon, but they didn't block me. It just. But I found the big guys on. I mean, Zaire blocked me. All sorts of people. But it's so strange that the people who are at the top in that shitty community on the Xbox side have the thinnest skins. Like they have no problem blocking you if you want to debate them or argue against them, or you bring up a point. They'll instantly block you, and then they'll go to their friends to talk about you. And that's a level of that is a level of bitch that I just cannot I cannot understand how you can be that much of a coward on the internet. That's shameful.
Yep.
I mean, what a bitch.
It blows my mind to be like how people are like that on the internet. I mean, you're literally behind a keyboard.
Hard 8 times.
Like nobody, like
on Twitter.
Nobody can. Yeah, but then he'll be the quickest one to like have a picture of your tweet or whatever and be sharing it on his timeline.
He'll block me and then he'll talk about me because he's a coward. He is a coward. He's a bitch. Because that's the kind of cathartic confirmation you need. It's like, well, I know these people will support me no matter what.
Yeah.
But oh well.
Yeah, it is what it is.
But I look down at those people, so I'm not going to worry too much about it.
Yeah, I don't really pay too much attention to them anymore.
I think a lot of people look down on those people. I think the default position is to look down upon those kinds of people.
But don't you know, those kind of people are not successful in life because they're black? Remember that? Huh? Yeah.
I do remember that. Sadly.
Yeah. That's how we all got blocked. Remember when we all hit him up, and that ended really quickly. For somebody that is the truth of YouTube, your favorite commentator's favorite commentator. But hey,
apparently
there's a lot of people, I guess, who are just the best commentators ever. There's a lot of best commentators ever, aren't there?
360 Call of Duty No Scope UAV, guys. This is my 2v1 triple shot, no fakies, sky knifing, going for an airstrike, blind. Ready? But anyways, we are coming up on the 2-hour mark. I guess if there's nothing else you guys want to talk about, we could tie it
Well,
up
I mean,
with the normal, or if there's more you want.
there was
Nah,
Well, there was
I think
one
I'm
thing
gonna
that-
call it there. I'm getting a little tired.
All right, sir. I mean, I'll keep it going, Rambo. Go ahead.
like a PSVR title.
Mm-hmm.
Farpoint actually was charted number 2 on the UK sales chart.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking like everybody's is talking about like VR is like a niche thing, like nobody even really cares about it. It's a failure and all that, but it must be doing pretty good if a game hit number 2 out of all the different games released that this past week or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's actually good to see that that there's more things out there. One of these Xbox guys was like, I guess that now people can use that for their justification for buying PlayStation VR.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like going, I was like, why do we need justification for spending $400 on VR? 2016, and within a year, not even a year actually, it actually has more exclusive or almost as many exclusive games to that platform as Xbox One does this whole generation.
I mean, but if you put it in the context of behind like justification in general, that's a stupid way to put it when it comes to these people. You know what I mean? Like if I need to justify my PSVR purchase, then I need to justify my PS4 purchase. I need to justify why I got a bigger TV. Why do I have a fucking Xbox One? Yeah, exactly. It doesn't just work with one thing. You can't just sit there and be like, this is socially unacceptable for you to buy a PlayStation VR, but then, yes, it's perfectly acceptable for you to buy a PS4. That's not how this works. Because they're both intertwined. They're both connected. You can't separate the two.
I've never understood the people talking about justification of buying something like it. I've never in my life purchased something and thought, well, shit. Now, why did I purchase that? Now, let me try to justify this. It's like if I purchased it, it's because I wanted it, and that that's it. That's good enough for me. That's all the justification I need is that I wanted it.
Right. Yeah, people are.
But I mean, it's got. I mean, VR's got a pretty good thing going. I mean, I'm hoping to see more third-party games. I guess like kind of like the Resident Evil, include VR in it. I'm hoping. So we'll see if that becomes a thing. The more and more PSVR becomes a area.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that happens because. That's actually, I mean, to me, that's how PSVR can, or VR and console, not really, because I think Microsoft's going to do VR as well, too. But that's how the VR in the console space can actually take off is through these third-party developers, not really so much making a VR game.
Mm-hmm.
Be able to either play their game regularly or through VR. You ever going to get VR?
No. Nope. I'm not getting VR until it is true VR. When it goes to true VR, then yes, I'll get into it. But when it's just a headset that goes over your eyes and that's it, no. That's too much money for that. I want to be able to literally get into the game and literally be a part of the game, not just, hey, I can move my hand around and I can see it in the world, but that's pretty much as good as it gets. I mean, and it's close. It's going to be good for some people, but I want the full immersion. I don't want just this.
Well, I mean, what do you mean, like the full immersion? Because I mean, how can you get any more fully immersed than that?
We're talking full on. Your fucking brainwaves can actually be connected into the game. Like we're talking full on shit that they're working on in Japan right now.
Because where they basically you have the plugs in your head where you plug it into your head.
Yep. That is
fuck all that.
I want the full experience, my dude. I want everything right there.
I mean, they're actually there's somebody told me today that in some country or whatever they have to where some sort of chip in their arm where they do their health records and get paid their paycheck and and I'm like, fuck all that. Like if that's the way it ever.
Yeah.
Now I'm living off the land, man.
Yeah, your whole life is on that chip, and I think they were trying to do the RFID chip here in the U.S. and people were against it, but there are people over in I think the East Coast that are doing it right now. I'm personally not gonna do it. I'm not into that kind of shit. But like, I'll be down with a full-on headpiece that's actually connected to me.
You would be down with somebody plugging shit into your fucking brain.
Oh yeah. If it was safe and I knew I would survive it, yes, absolutely.
Not okay with them putting a chip in under your skin.
Well, there's two different things, and it's two different purposes. If you think about it, like I'm just saying, if you think about it, like I'm doing it for a game to get inversed into a game. I'm not doing it to be plugged into the worldwide network for people to steal my banking information. You know what I mean?
But still, I mean, like while you're plugged into your brain, what's to say that game isn't like programming your brain to think a certain way or to feel a certain way?
Well, who's to say that would actually happen? I mean, it's a possibility, granted, but I mean, if it comes out through its clinical trials in like the next 2 years and it's fine and it's okay, then I see why not. My thing is the reason why that RFID chip exists, is to track you, track everything you do, track where you're going. It's got built-in GPS on the RFID. It has everything. So like, say you fucking forgot to wash your hands because you took a shit and you were in a hurry. Like, are you really comfortable with somebody knowing that about you?
Technically, they would know that because they know your every move.
They know everything about your body. They know everything about your body, and that's what RFID does. It keeps track of your health, everything you do. It keeps track. It
does. To me, it's
that's a little.
I don't know if it's religious, but it goes back to that old thing in the Bible talking about like the mark of the beast. It's kind of like that, like the whole one. It talks about in the Bible. It talked about like the one currency, the one the global type, and that's kind of like what that RFID chip is supposed to be. Is everybody in the world have one,
and we're all supposed to go off of a credit system.
I'm not really so much. I mean, I grew up in a religious setting. I'm kind of like one of them on the fence kind of believers, back and forth.
Yeah. You're
so
agnostic, I'm guessing. You're kind of agnostic, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like that the RFID chips and stuff. I'm thinking to myself, going like, yeah, no, I'm out, man. Like I'll be the Duck Dynasty of my, our family's got like a little plan if that should ever, because whenever Obama talked about it, we actually called like not just like my immediate family, but my extended family with other people. Like we all got a plan to go out and live off the land together and we have all got our assigned roles and stuff like that. Because fuck all that, man. The government doesn't, because the government can control you at that point.
Right, and like, I know it sounds stupid when I say it like that, when I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not okay with an RFID, but I am okay with being connected directly to a computer.
Well, the reason why I say that is because, I mean, the same thing can happen through there, but without you even knowing, because, like, with RFID, RFID, you would know, like, some sort of, like, that it's a very high possibility. With that, with the VR type thing like we were talking about there, you wouldn't think it would be a possibility because you're thinking you're just enjoying a game.
Well, they're also looking at very possibly that your conscious can be actually uploaded. So like you could actually, like when we were talking about the whole biology earlier about, humans evolving to a point where they no longer need their bodies. That's part of the thing. That's part of it. Like that's one of the biggest things that Japan's trying to do right now. And I think that's fascinating. I think that's great. If I can just escape this physical form and go into something else, like that would be beast as fuck. I mean, subconsciously, if you're still alive and everything's kicking, everything's good. I mean, fuck it, let's do it. I'm down.
Wouldn't it taste sour?
I mean,
maybe sorry, Fritanga's not here anymore.
Maybe the when it comes to that the physical limitations that I have. I mean, that it sounds great, but then at the same time, is that I don't know. I just
put me back into a fucking toaster.
I think I'm probably good with that because that VR, the PSVR, I mean, like it really does its job. I mean, it transports you into the world and you feel like you're there. Like when you're game and you look down like you're on like you start out like basically where you're the at the Batman symbol, like or the bat, I guess.
Yeah.
And you're on that building, and then when you look down, and it really plays. It feels like you're actually going to like. You can. I get vertigo when I look down on like buildings. So I'm not really scared of heights, but whenever I look down, for some reason I get vertigo. So whenever I look down on that game, it gives me vertigo. Like it starts like making me feel like that I'm about to like pass out and fall and everything else. And it's because it tricks my mind. And I mean, we're talking like in the very startup of the game. We're not even talking about when you get into it. This is like just the startup. It immediately tricks your brain, even though you just put the damn helmet on, that you're actually there. Now, I mean, that you don't sit there and think, well, I'm Batman or anything like that. But I mean, it really.
But tell me,
the world around you feels so real.
But tell me. But here's the thing, though. Like, yeah, you're talking about a visually accepting thing. I'm talking about the possibility of you actually feeling the rain hitting your skin, the wind blowing in your hair as you're looking down off that building, and you're actually feeling it. It's not real, but your mind is perceptions to its senses are making you believe that it's real.
Well, the porn company is actually
stuff like that. Is what I'm talking
the
about.
porn company has actually developed like something close to that. Not as far as like the wind feeling. But there's actually a suit that you can buy that you can actually feel like it or whatever it like the suit actually hits like where you get shot in the game.
Mm-hmm.
You got shot or whatever. I mean, it doesn't obviously kill you or anything, but you still have that feeling of being shot, or and you can hear of course the headphones, you can hear the bullets whizzing by, and then they also have, like the porn part has they have a mask that you can put on with it, but it generates the smells of wherever you're at. So if they can actually incorporate all that, like obviously that's for the porn side of it, but if they can actually take that technology and like move it over to like the VR gaming world, where you like if you're like saying Resident Evil 7, and you have that mask on, you're smelling like the death and the musty house. That would be another full immersion thing. I'd rather go for that than plugging shit into my fucking brain, but I'd rather wear all the fucking suits and mask and goggles and everything else before you plug shit into my brain.
By the time Rambo is done getting his entire setup, this nigga's gonna take 4 hours to get prepped to play 30 minutes of Call of Duty.
No, I wouldn't. That's like crazy thing though. Like with VR, like I jumped in and started playing Until Dawn: Rush of Blood, and it felt like I was there for. Like my family, my wife and my kids were watching me play it and stuff, and I was in there for like 3.5 hours. But it felt like, I mean, when I got out, I was like, okay, well, I mean, shit, like 3.5 hours had passed. It's just, it's a weird, it's really hard to describe it. Have you ever tried VR?
Yeah, I played on the Oculus over at the Best Buy over in Vegas. Me and Gamer Dragon went when we went to go pick him up, and they were like, "Hey, man, you want to try this out?" I'm like, "Sure,
So
I'll
you got
try
like
it
the
out."
sample thing of it.
And I played on this one game by the guys that did Infamous. It's that weird spellcasting game. It's like you're a wizard or some shit. So I played the game. And it was all right. It was okay. It was pretty good. I just didn't like the blurriness. It was like really blurry. I adjusted the damn goggles as much as possible. He said keep adjusting it till it gets as clear as possible. I'm like, okay, well, I think this is because it was on my face. I had everything set up right, so it wasn't as clear as I was hoping it would be, and that kind of bugged me a little bit. Huh?
I've never tried Oculus. I've never tried that. I've tried the Vive at the Microsoft Store, and I own the PSVR, and both of those, like crystal clear. I mean, it's obviously whenever you get in there and you start if you start sweating and stuff, it'll fog up the the lens in front of you or whatever. But as far as like being blurry, as far as like just putting it on and being blurry, like not at all. Even my daughter that wears glasses, like she puts it on with her glasses and doesn't complain at all about it being blurry or anything. Like not it's.
Well, like I said, it was the Oculus, and this was at our Best Buy. And when I tried it, I mean, I liked the whole idea of hand signaling for certain spells, or bringing up your smithing so that you could repair your weapon. and I was like, okay, this is kind of new. This is kind of cool. My only problem was it was really fuzzy. I didn't really get a good picture of it because it was really fuzzy. Like it drove me fucking nuts. And like I said, I fucking situated that Oculus every which way to Sunday, and that was as clear as it got for me. But I heard the Vive was better. I did hear that. Like everybody,
the Vive is really cool.
Yeah, I was told Vive was way better than the Oculus, and I also was told that the PSVR was actually a lot better than Oculus. So I mean, that's cool.
If you because the reason why, like, what made me select the PSVR because at the time I still had my GPU and stuff, so I was either going to go with the Vive or the PSVR, and I tried out the Vive at the Microsoft Studios, and it was cool. I mean, I liked it, but the thing was like the games that they let us try out, it felt more very very indie-ish. Like where you just had like gloves floating around in front of you, like that. Those were your hands, really like low. Like the games you were playing on it were very. It's like small, like really small budget titles. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that that's all they have, but that's all that they did let us try there. And so whenever the PSVR, it had the Batman, it had it has like a slew of games that are just, answers rather than games because they're not. They say they're not, 10 hours long. But I'm like going, you don't with VR, you're not wanting a 10-hour game, or a 20-hour game. You're wanting, the experience of the VR, not really so much, some drawn out 30-hour experience,
Yeah.
So, but I mean, the titles on the PSVR had so much more of a bigger budget feel. Like I'm not saying that they are bigger budget; they just had the feel and the look of the textures in the game. Gave you so much more of a realism feel that, to me, it was a little bit more believable that you were in it. So I went with the PSVR because, like, whenever I'm playing Until Dawn: Rush of Blood, like it's a rail shooter, but you're like basically on a roller coaster. And so you can either stand up or you can sit down, but since you're on a roller coaster, I choose to sit down when I'm playing that one. Mm-hmm. Bring a kitchen chair in there, and I'm sitting right in front of that, and that's what I'm on. But when you're going through the roller coaster, and then you get you don't really fight a lot during the roller coaster, like the big roller coaster ups and downs, but when you're doing that, like the ups and downs, like your body, it's weird. Like I've almost fell off of my chair because like I'm leaning to, how you like when you do on a roller coaster, you lean the opposite of the way that the roller coaster is leaning. Mm-hmm. Well, I'll do that on my chair, and like I've almost fell out of my damn chair several times because my body for some reason cannot seem to, or my mind can't seem to displace myself from the game. Like if whatever's happening in the game, it really feels like it's actually happening, or that I'm actually there. So I can feel like the butterflies when the thing goes down, like like on a true roller coaster. It's really all in all just a great experience. But it's kind of sucks that like your first time trying it that you got that type of experience, because I think that your first experience with it is actually probably going to be a lot of tell with if you get buy into it or not. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you said you own Injustice 2, right?
No. I haven't gotten to play it yet. No, I
hadn't got to play it. I thought maybe you bought it and.
No, I didn't buy it. Shane thought he pre-ordered it and something happened.
Yeah, we'll have it in like a week.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out if it's because I'm not really like I said, I'm not really a fighting game person. Like it's not like I spend hours playing a fighting game. But that game looks like so damn good.
As long as Batman or the DC universe in general can keep your attention, I don't even notice their fighters really. I mean,
But I mean, do you just play the story mode, or do you play the verses like back and forth between the?
I'll play versus with like Brim and whoever else has it, like friends, but I'm not gonna go look for a public match.
Oh yeah, because that's the thing. Every time that's one thing that got me out of fighters is going into looking for public matches, and then I'd get my ass like handed to me because those people take that fighting game shit seriously. But that was like the big downside for like me like pulling out of the fighting genre is because of the just I suck compared to the online players, and it seemed like almost every fighter went to an online player type thing. But do these Injustice have like a pretty long story mode, or is it pretty decent, like to where?
The first one, I had a decent story mode. It wasn't that long, but the story was decent. As far as the second one, I haven't heard any complaints about.
I've heard a lot of people raving about the story. Like it's actually a really good story. So I know that I played on PC and I played part of the story mode, which the story mode was kind of really short with each character. Like you did a couple of fights and then like 2 or 3 fights and then you were done. And so, but I mean, the thing was like even during the story though, when you were fighting the computer, it didn't really feel like like you said, it didn't feel like so much of a fighting game. It just felt kind of like that was like you're kind of like a boss battle or whatever.
Yeah.
But Injustice 2 looks so much like the powers that they have and superheroes. Obviously, the DC superheroes being like some of my favorite. It seems like something that I could really. I just don't know. I don't know too many people like friends wise that actually has it. That I don't know. Like Titanfall Princess has it on PlayStation 4, but shit, like she's pretty damn good at the fighters. So I ended up getting my ass kicked by her. And...
Yeah.
Well, even if the story with the characters, it's only 2 or 3 fights long again per character. There's a shit ton more characters in this one than the first one.
Are you buying the $99.99 version, or are you buying the $59.99?
I haven't really decided yet, but more than likely just the base version, the 59 one.
And then maybe getting the DLC characters after, sometime later. See, that's what I was thinking. Is like because I was looking at it and like going, you don't really get the characters now, you get them later, and I mean, because you can still buy them later at the same price as what you'd pay for them now. So like, what's the purpose on handing them an extra $40 for nothing right now?
Yeah, exactly. Like, especially for me, because I just moved and need whatever money I can accumulate.
Yeah.
So I'm more than likely just gonna get the base one.
I might get it because it like I said, it looks pretty damn good. Gods Among Us one.
Yeah.
But I always had it, but I mean it was a fighter, so I thought, well, shit, it's just gonna be other things because I thought you always just logged in and match. I was basically it, or invite a friend, you know. I didn't know there was actually a story mode to each thing, and I thought that was kind of like something that Street Fighter V did. I didn't know that all fighters kind of had like a story mode. What do y'all think about purchasing digitally?
What?
Movies digitally?
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I stream everything, so I mean, it's. I went from being somebody that had to have hardware to almost like now I almost prefer digital on almost everything I watch now. So.
I've kind of it's kind of scary, you know, going from the collection that I had. Now I'm looking at like I cut the cost of my. I'm loving this whole digital type thing, you know. There's especially like even just with one platform, it's like it does everything, and I'm seeing a lot of like specials on their movies that they have, like where I can get John Wick 1 and 2 for $14.99, like $16.99, and I'm thinking, well, shit, like why not just buy if I'm going to buy these movies anyway? Why not buy them digitally and just be able to watch them on my PlayStation or wherever they're at. But like, how do you stream new movies? Like, do you just like rent them or something?
Yeah, Google Play. That's where me and my wife rent movies from. You can do it on your Roku stick.
So that's what Google Play is.
Yeah, you can rent really anything. They have basically
I'll be right
everything.
back, guys.
Or
Okay.
Amazon too does it. But yeah, I mean, that's what I do. I get it all digital unless it's like a Batman or a comic book movie that like I just want to collect. Then I'll go ahead
Yeah.
and get it physical.
Yeah, obviously with your with the collection, you like physical and that. But like, so do you ever purchase like digital movies?
Yeah, we have like a shit ton of comedy movies that we've purchased from Google Play, and all I have to do is log into my account and I can watch any of them as long as I have an internet connection.
So like right now, like whenever you're having the problems with your internet,
Then I
how
would be screwed.
I mean, how sucky is that? Is that to have happen to you? Like, right?
I have some of them downloaded on my PC, so it's not really that big of a deal. I mean, if there's one particular one I want to watch and can't, it sucks. But you know, I have quite a bit of them downloaded on my PC.
I don't know, I might, because I was seeing, I've always seen their deals on the PlayStation, like with PlayStation Plus and stuff, that you can get pretty good movie deals too.
Mm-hmm.
And that because it saves space, like saves a ton of space.
Yeah.
And with PlayStation, like you don't, I'm pretty sure it's like that with Xbox as well, but you don't actually download the movie.
Yeah, you just
and
stream
then
it from their
basically
app.
stream it. Yeah.
Yeah, I've
It's
done
hardware
that
hard.
'cause- Oh, what?
I just saves hard drive space too. So I mean, that just. But you said you've done that before with.
Yeah, I haven't had cable in like a year because we tried that whole like when you saw the commercials for cutting the cord, we're like, well, fuck it, let's just give it a try because Comcast gouged you every which way they could.
Yeah.
And they billed a month in advance, so you'd get your bill and it'd be like $600, and you're like, oh, holy shit, how much of this do I have to pay not to get shut off? Kind of thing. It was just a headache every single month. So I was like, fuck it, let's try this cut the cord thing. And I did to start Netflix, then I added Hulu and Amazon in the like later months, and even like when I kind of miss watching WWE, it's only $10 and I can watch really anything they've ever done and anything upcoming for the next month.
And their pay-per-views as well.
Yeah, see, there's no reason like fuck cable. Who the fuck wants that now?
Yeah, and I mean, like I've been looking at like with PlayStation because I guess the past couple of seasons with like Big Brother, we caught like we didn't catch it when it first started, and like with cable or with like your TV provider, or you could they pull it on demand, but they only put like the last maybe 2 or 3 episodes on there. So if you've missed more than 2 or 3 episodes, you've kind of missed like the whole beginning of it, like how that kind of transpires up to where you're at. So instead of like just jumping, because it's especially with Big Brother, because that's, I don't know if you watch that or not, but that's like with the drama and stuff going up to it, like you kind of need to know how it led up to where you're at.
Yeah.
And so we like, it was on PlayStation, you can buy like the season pass, and instead of it coming out like the day that it comes out on TV, then like the next day it's uploaded to PlayStation. You've already paid like the $12.99 for that show, and you just kind of get notifications. Like you'll get a text message saying a new thing is there, or if you're logged into PlayStation and you're playing a game, you'll get like a notification pop up saying you have a new episode of this. And I was if they actually had more of the shows that I watched, hell, I would even do away with even just the PlayStation View, because I mean it's basically like a DVR. In the old episodes, like I still have like my access to like the Big Brother, the last two seasons that I purchased a season pass for. I can still go back and watch them. So it's kind of like just purchasing the physical version off the shelf, but not every show gets that physical version. So on this, I just wish they would actually put more like that comes out, like every main hit that's in primetime era. I wish that they would actually put that out there, because I mean you could then basically keep up with everything and just buy the shows that you want to watch, not really so much pay a monthly bill, but just buy the shows you want to watch, and that's it.
Yeah, I did that with Scream, the TV series, because when like right as I got rid of cable, they started advertising that, and I was just like I'm a big slasher movie fan, so I had to do that. And I can still go back and watch them through the MTV app on the Xbox or on my PC or whatever I have in front of me. But have you tried Sling TV?
I have not. I've heard some stuff about it. I thought that was mainly like it has like a lot of like anime and shit in it.
No, it's satellite TV through Dish Network, but it's over the internet.
I don't know.
On the Roku sticks, just a fair warning, it's kind of clunky. It doesn't really work right, and it's kind of slow. It could be because my Roku stick, I've had it for like 2 years, and it might be like the older hardware. But when you watch it on the PC, it's not too bad. It's live TV though through Dish Network online.
Yeah. Now does it like do DVR for you and stuff?
That I don't know, because I've really I've used it quite a bit off my Roku stick, and as you know, there's no hard drive or anything connected to that, so I don't believe it does it there. But you might be able to set it up if you were to do it through like your PlayStation or Xbox or something.
Because we switch. I don't know if you heard me like in the live stream when you was in the chat room or the chat thing, but
I've listened to the whole thing.
Switching to PlayStation View like that instead of like we have to you can't two PS4s can't log into the same and two like a PS4 and a PS3 can watch PlayStation View at the same time, but if two PS4s can't, so you have to either get a TV that has the app or you have to get like these Roku sticks. So we went out and bought like Roku sticks for everybody's TV. Like really well. It's kind of like hard to get adjusted to the way that the shows are in there because it's not like a normal guide.
Yeah.
But it does like the DVR, but it records it to like instead of like recording it to your PlayStation, it records it or whatever, just records it to the cloud, and you can have like unlimited recordings so you can record just every damn thing in there, and it never actually fills up. There's no storage limit, which is
that's awesome.
TV does that or not? That would be something to check into because I mean, if it's cheaper, I'd really like to actually go to an a la carte, like where I could just buy a fee for just the channels that I watch instead of having any fluff of the channels that I have no interest in at all.
Yeah, I as far as Roku sticks go, though, I have no complaints about them. I think they're fucking amazing.
Yeah, I was actually kind of hesitant about it because I thought, well, like, how good is that going to be? Because it's operating, through Wi-Fi.
5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, though.
Yeah, was actually the surprising thing and it's this one. I got one of the brand new models.
Oh shit! Huh.
It runs like perfect. Like there's no connection issues at all. And like my router's in the living room, and my daughter's room is like way in the back, and she gets perfect signal. So I mean, it does very well for her. So I have no complaints about it at all either. I am kind of shocked that I've missed out on this whole cutting the cord thing for quite some time.
So the newer model, that's like the $80 one at Walmart, right?
For $50, so we had to buy like 5 of them.
Damn.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wanted to make sure that it was like a heavy like initial cost.
It's cheaper though than a cable bill. I mean,
It was so much cheaper because now I was like $250 to get into it, and then I pay $30 a month for my the channels that I basically the channels that I want to see, and I get DVRs for every single TV in the house rather than just the one DVR that I had in my house with my cable company. So even that $250 initial investment was still cheaper than like 1 month of my cable bill. I just don't see how people there's so much out there now that like all you really need is basically your internet through your cable provider, and that's basically it.
That's why internet, like you guys were talking about net neutrality, internet needs to be a utility. I mean, it's really, a lot of people can go and say it's a luxury, but if you live in a place where the internet is like a prominent thing, or dominant thing rather, you need the internet. I mean, kids really have to have a computer now to do their homework.
Yeah.
I mean, so at that point, for no other reason other than scholastics, the internet should be a utility.
I mean, I think that I'm in agreement with it. It needs to be a utility because like before, I guess maybe a couple of years ago, the kids would come home and say they have homework and they were either could do their homework or like go to the library or a computer basically and get the information off of there. But now it's like mandatory that you have to go to the internet. Like if they're going to start doing that, then it needs to become like a utility because then it's like a must have. Like you have to have it in order for your kids to actually get through school.
Well, Comcast does this thing if you qualify for it. I mean, I hear you basically have to just have a house and nothing else in it to qualify. But they'll install the internet, or 10 up and what is it, 5 up and 10 down or something for free, and you won't have a bill or anything. But like I said, you basically just have to have a house, no appliances. Like you have to be poorer than welfare poor. So it's pretty bad. But I mean, so if Comcast is doing something like that, you figured it would already be a utility.
Yeah, you'd figure that. I mean, because it goes under the Lifeline type thing. So I agree with you that it definitely make it a utility.
Shit, you can get free cell phones now that are paid for by the government. Why would you not have internet in your house? I mean,
yeah, couldn't agree more. That
phones or whatever the fuck they call them. They're shit phones, but they still call people.
They still call people. I mean, obviously you don't have all the luxuries of.
I think the reason why people were like, and I could see it from this point, why they were saying like, I think even Rag said he wasn't for it too, was because there's a good chance that some of these internet companies can try to like interfere with what you're using it for. So like, say if it is a utility, right? What they could then, what that would open up would be, well, since it's a utility, we have say-so in what you use it with. So if you're using Netflix, we're going to charge you this. Or if you're using it for gaming, we're going to charge you this. Like, they're going to try to put a tax on it for whatever category you're using your internet for. And that's kind of why I think everybody was sort of like against it. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't approached it from that angle yet. But
yeah, I haven't either,
They do quite a bit of that. I mean,
well, but it's controlled though. But if it's classified as a utility, it won't be controlled.
Well, yeah, because it's kind of like the.
It's like the power company, dude. Like the power company.
The power company have that. I have like the prime hours that you can use. So they charge you more during those times.
They can tell then when I plug in my vacuum cleaner or my PC or my TV, or is it not that invasive?
No, they can. I mean, they can't tell exactly what you plugged in,
but they can tell by your power spike.
The amount of wattages that you use. Yeah. Like right now, I have what they call like the smart meter, which in the summertime, like starting in June, it'll go basically like I'll have to keep my house at a 75 or 76 degrees during the day, and then around 2 o'clock I think is when nighttime like kicks in, and so you can make it as cool as you want, and it's like 9 cents a kilowatt hour. But during those during the day part, like where people are using like the majority of the time, it can get up to like 35, 45 cents a kilowatt hour. So I mean, that's the reason why my meter automatically adjusts. Like my air conditioner will automatically just start changing during the time, and like it'll go to a pretty cool, and then cool off the house like pretty cool, and then all of a sudden it'll like set the thermostat to a certain degree, and that it won't come on until it hits that degree, and then at a certain time it drops, like my thermostat automatically just drops down. But if I use my PC during that time, or if I'm gaming a lot, or have all these different things on, then I'm paying like 4 or 5 times the going rate for electricity than what other people are.
Yeah, I mean, coming from California, like people complain about their electric bill across the nation. For all I know, everywhere that there's electric, people fucking complain about it. But in California, like during summer months or really cold winter months, your electric bill was like standard anywhere from $350 to $500.
Jeez.
Here, I have my air conditioner on almost all the time, and I can see my daily usage, and they tell me how much they've charged me for that day. My most expensive day has only been a little over $7. So, I mean, I get
That's a
people
bit, yeah.
complain, but I mean, damn, coming from California, this is cheap.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't sign up for the smart meter, around here, like in our area, basically it's, I think, around 25 or 30 cents a kilowatt hour, basically 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But signing up for the smart meter, obviously they like during the prime hours, I guess, the daytime hours, they can gouge you. But the benefits is like at the evening time, while everybody else is like that's not signed up is paying 25 to 30 cents a kilowatt hour. We're paying like 9 cents a kilowatt hour, and then after September, or 24/7. So you have like no hike during the winter time or anything like that because they basically switched it over to gas then at that point. My highest electric bill, and I have 5 people. I'm like you, I have 5 people or 7 people, in the bathrooms and stuff, and throughout the day. But I think my highest electric bill might be like $225.
Yeah, that's not
And
bad.
that's during the peak summer months.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's pretty good.
No, I mean I couldn't imagine like getting a electric bill for $500 and some. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, there were times that in California, like when it's super hot during the summer or really cold during the winter, and you're constantly using the heater, the air conditioner, if you don't have a gas heater, that is, where you would get your electric bill, or Christmas time when you're running Christmas lights, you get your electric bill and you're like, well, shit, I got to go figure out where I can get a loan. That way on Thanksgiving or on Christmas morning, I have fucking lights on because they're going to shut this shit off. It's
Damn.
so high.
But didn't y'all have like a big power crisis there for a while too?
Yeah, PG&E is the power company of California, and
They are
they're
shit.
famous for something, but it's not good. I don't know what it is.
I know that there was like blackout, like regular, like rolling blackouts or whatever, like in y'all's area, like in California. I don't know if that was like in your area or southern portion, but I remember like
It was most of California, yeah.
problems with their thing. That would just suck.
And this
It's like,
and this, ladies and gentlemen, is why I don't live in California anymore.
dude, it got to the point one year with Christmas lights. We're like, okay, let's turn them on for 20 minutes because that's when like we time it to see like when the most people were outside, and you put Christmas lights on for the neighbors or whatever. So that's what we did. Like we timed it. We're like, okay, let's turn them on for like 20 or 30 minutes, and then we'll just shut them off.
Wow.
That's how horrible this shit is there, dude.
Well, I know that I guess that they gouge you in the power in the West Coast like that, but then in Florida they gouge you like in the
Water.
insurance.
And the water, like, it's funny over here. Electrical appliances and stuff are cheaper, so like the markets are catered to electrical over here on the West Coast, right? You go over to the East Coast, electrical is super expensive and plumbing is super cheap. It's so weird because like I look up other markets in the company that I work for, and they sell plumbing bits that we sell for, fucking $1. They sell it for like $6, $7. Some of them are $10, and I'm like, yo, like what? Like, so plumbing is super bad over there. Where you guys, I mean, I don't know. It is so weird how these markets work, but. Yeah, electrical here is super cheap versus the electrical there is super expensive. Like your guys' your power your power boxes and your fucking all your electrical stuff is like 5 times to 10 times the price that it is here in Arizona.
That's insane.
Just to get an electrical box set up over like probably where you're at is going to be about anywhere from $150 to $200. If I was to set my own power box up here, it'll only cost me about $75.
Well, I know one time, like I worked at a insurance company, and it was like a call center. We'd answer calls for people like incoming from all over the world, but mainly the United States, and um, you would see like people's car insurances over there in Florida, $5,000-6,000 a month.
Yeah.
And that was like with through AARP, like they're really cheap shit, and they'd had a kid and a 16-year-old kid, and they're like, oh, it's gonna raise your policy to 10,000 a month. They're like, okay. I'm like, what?
That insurance
if I
better
even
come
like
with
my
some
insurance
awesome
bill,
benefits.
yeah, I was like, well, my insurance is like $100. If you even told me, and that's like for $100 a month for I think it's like 6 months or whatever. But I was like, you even told me even remotely close to even 500, I'd be like, fuck you. I was like, I'm gonna be one of them uninsured motorists.
That's got like a stress relief blowjob thing in traffic, right? That's
They say that they have to. Their insurance rates there are so high because of all the hurricanes. Because like it's insurance obviously knows a collective, so everybody pays in no matter if you have a claim or not. So living in an area where a bunch of hurricanes are, then they pay in preemptively for the chance of a hurricane. But shit, I couldn't.
I'd say suck my dick.
I would be an uninsured motorist.
dude. What I want to know is like in Florida, why people keep buying furniture or like remodeling their houses when they live right on the beach. Like I forget what comedian said it, but he actually made a good point. They just need to buy inflatable furniture. I mean, they're wasting their fucking money buying normal stuff.
Just buy a bunch of inflatables, and then just like the next time the hurricane comes, just hop on your couch.
Right?
Yeah, college students do it. Fuck.
My aunt lives out in fucking Miami, dude. And I ask her, because she lives on the beachfront where they have that big ice thing that came moving up on their shore, and it was like pushing people's windows in and shit. She lives in those complexes. And I asked her, and I'm like, why the fuck do you live in Doomsday, Florida? Like, you have every fucking winter, summer, spring, and fall to be absolutely and utterly fucking frightened to have. And you live there. Why? Well, the beach is nice. I'm like, the beach? Please.
I mean, it's a beautiful view, but I don't think that the cost is worth the view.
Hell no. Hell no.
I think I could live inland and just drive to the fucking beach.
Dude, you can get a nice setup for like a fraction of the cost of what it costs to live in Miami. And in California, and California is one of the most expensive places to live. I mean, that's saying a lot right there. I mean, a 1-bedroom in Miami where my aunt lives, like, it's ridiculous. She like, I think she told me her 3-bedroom costs her something like $15,000 a month. I was like,
shit.
what? I'm like,
Where do you make that kind of money?
Dude. I still don't know what the fuck she does, dude. I chalk it up to like
She's
possible family inheritance or a drug lord, one of the two.
Yeah, she's smuggling them Cubans in
through her ass or vagina, because that's the only thing I can think of.
Well, she's out on the beach, so she's like lets them pull up on the boat, and she hides them in their house, and that she's part of the human trafficking ring.
Well, I know once they touch dry land in Florida, they're considered citizens in Florida or some shit like that.
No, it's
they're considered
United States citizens. Yeah.
All over the U.S. or just in Florida?
Nope, U.S.
Oh fuck.
Well, then I mean they don't have full like they can still be deported.
But
I think Cubans have like now.
It's escape.
Like Mexicans don't have that same thing.
No. It's any country that's in the middle of a war, they can rush here. If you're escaping wartime, you are considered a legal United States American because you are claiming sanctuary to avoid a war, and I think
that's the reason why Cubans got
Clinton route.
Cubans got a lot of like slack on that, like in I guess a prolonged time because of the dictator and the way they live. But like Mexico never actually had, like, the Mexicans that came over, they're not considered citizens when they touch U.S. soil.
Yeah, right.
No, it's a dry land law, not a fence hop rule, I guess.
We haven't had water in the Rio Grande in a while.
So in Cuba, is considered their food market is the most inexpensive thing out there. So your average meal at a McDonald's is $5. Average.
Shit.
In Cuba?
Yep. A loaf of fresh white bread, 47 cents.
Yeah, I know that they like.
Fuck.
His ex-husband married a Cuban, and brought her back over here. And going there, if you like, it costs. He said the most expensive thing there is getting the plane ticket there.
One
you
way.
can stay in.
Yep. Sorry. Go ahead.
Basically, if you're used to spending $100 a night in a hotel over there, like you're on, like, because you have like unlimited funds. Basically, you're just like one of the wealthiest people there.
Yep.
Because it's like the cost is just so much different. He said like 5-star hotels are like $20 a night. And here, if you get a hotel in America for $20 a night, you're looking for like bed bugs and
gunshots outside and
yeah, see if syphilis is crawling on your bed sheets and shit like that.
there's bodies and shit hiding in the hotel rooms and
yeah, whenever the guys when you go up to a hotel and they're like it's $20 and I was like yeah no, going down the street. I'll pay. I won't stay in a.
it needs to be at least 100, motherfucker.
Bro, check this out. Cuba, guess what's considered a utility?
The
Internet.
Yep. 10 megabits per second, unlimited data, cable or ADSL, at $155 a month.
Damn.
It's like they get their priorities really weird over there because you could eat like a fucking king over there. It's ridiculous. Like a tomato is $1.58, a banana is 38 cents. I mean, there's shit here. $7.32 for a thing of meat. $7, and that's a normal price for meat. I mean,
it's too bad Cuba is not in grocery shopping distance. I just put it that way.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying.
Now, wait, are you saying $7.32 a pound?
Kilogram or kg is kilogram, right? I mean,
Yeah, so basically like maybe 2 pounds.
Yeah.
2.5, 2.2, I think it is. But still, that like I'm only paying like $2.89 a pound of meat.
Like in cocaine, we can cut it up to about 2.2.
But their transportation is funny though. Like the transportation, you would think their transportation would be high because here in the U.S. it's how it is. Like our taxis out here are expensive and shit, but their transportation. Check this out: one-way ticket, local transport, 20 cents.
Holy shit!
Monthly pass for a bus, $9. You see what I mean? It makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense.
Cheap McDonald's still ain't enough to get me to go to Cuba though. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you could just live on the like resorts there, then it'd be like just beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Because you venture out and like your world changes. You go from like cement to dirt.
Oh, speaking of this kind of stuff, I forget who it was that said it, but it's some politician or something today, or technically yesterday now in California, that said poverty is a state of mind.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean,
so, all right.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate with him, but in a way, I can see it because like if you get into a thing like thinking you'll never amount to anything, or you're like this is as good as it gets, and you just get kind of like your mind like kind of like says having this shit house or shit life or whatever is like what I'm getting to, but still I the state of mind thing like makes me think like that you're really not in poverty. It's just like that you're kind of like it's all in your head type thing. That's bullshit.
Yeah, I can see like kind of what you're saying because I kind of went the same route when I heard that. I was like, well, if you like are having spaghetti say for dinner and you think you're in poverty because you're not having steak, all right, fine, I see that side of it. But if there's no money in the bank to pay bills, there's no money in the bank. If you live in the slums, you live in the slums. You know, that part of poverty is not a state of mind.
The state of mind for me is upbringing, right? So state of mind for me, the upbringing is the most important thing. So in other words, if you were born like, I don't know, any other poor white guy here in America like myself or Shane or Rambo here, you were probably born into a family that didn't have much, right? And so, but they made it work. But they'll tell you later down the line, you know, you didn't have much, blah, 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 you were poor. But in your mind, you didn't think you were poor because you had food, you had a roof over your head, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I look at it, right? The mind part, as to where he's probably getting it from, is those who train their children to rely on state or government insurances and payouts, like food stamp programs, WIC, you know, shit like that. That part, when you train somebody to do that, that part is a state of mind. Because mentally, you're fucking your kid to being reliant on the government when you should be teaching your kid how to be self-reliant on themselves and not worrying whether or not you're going to receive your next fucking government payout.
Well, if you notice, a lot of these kids growing up today, like a lot of these younger college kids and stuff, they're all growing up with the mindset that the world owes them something.
Yep.
So then I guess poverty would be the state of mind for them, because I mean, like, if they're not getting what they want, then they think they're poor. So
yeah, they don't know to draw the line between needing it and, you know, relying on it. Or I think I said that right. Yeah,
and you did. I think that's maybe hopefully that's where he was going with it, but not really so much like calling the people that are poor your mind. You're not really poor. Like, well, yeah, come on, I'm fucking poor, you know.
Right. I mean, it's not like I can go outside and like just pick whatever car I want and purchase it, right? Or within reason, buy a shitty car. Like, I can't just go do that. I wish.
But that doesn't make you, well, you know, just because like you can't go and do things like that doesn't mean you're, you know, in poverty.
Right. No, I agree. But like the way the guy would make it sound is like,
is because you can't do that, you're in poverty, or what?
That's kind of what I'm getting at. Like, that's what it sounds like he's getting at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying it should be a normal thing for anybody to go do. Obviously, you have to go work hard for it, and we all do. We all work our asses off to take care of our families and whatnot. But what I'm saying is like, he kind of makes it come off as like, oh, well, I mean, so what if you're eating crumbs, and so what if you live in a ghetto that the government helped create because they were trying to do drug stings that went horribly fucking bad, and it turned what used to be a nice neighborhood into a shit storm? I mean, like, that doesn't really exist, though. That's not really a thing. So it's all in your mind. It's like, motherfucker.
It's just what you think about your situation.
Yeah. It's like, come on. It's like, come on, bitch. Go over to the neighborhoods where I grew up at, or where Shane grew up at, and let's see you walk down the street and say that to somebody that could barely afford to put shoes on their children. Let's see how fast.
Or just come live that life for a while and see how your situation changes. See how much of it's in your mind it is, because. Mm-hmm. Those people like they're so condescending to the people that have less than, and it's just
annoying. It's fucking annoying.
Yeah.
But we're coming up on a 3-hour mark.
Yep.
You guys want to talk about what you've been playing, or if you have been playing anything? I know Shane really hasn't lately, other than Overwatch on PC, because his dog just ate his cord off his Xbox One power supply. I said that all in one breath.
It's not the side that unplugs either. It's the side that goes straight into the Xbox. So
I told him that, you know,
straight through it. And I didn't.
Dogs don't chew PlayStation cords.
Loves her, and I kind of love her too. So.
You know why? Because they taste like shit.
I see that.
The Xbox cord is sweet like candy.
Have my cat, my one cat likes fucking crazy, so like he's almost ripped my TV up because he's hit the cords of my TV that I play my games on so hard that he's like bent the you know that little metal part that sticks out of the HDMI cord that goes into your TV. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right there, where the plastic and that metal meet.
Oh.
And I've already told like my kids and you might not have killed your dog for like that, but if that cat fucks up my shit, that cat is. I'm gonna torture him, and he's going to die.
Torture.
Yeah, I was like, he's barely 2 months old yet. I guess I'll
Nah.
let this one slide.
No.
No.
The thing that really pisses me off about it, though, is it's not like, okay, here's $30, here's $20 for a new fucking power supply. No, $70 for a used one. You can get knockoff ones on Amazon, but some of the reviews on those are, well, I plugged it in and my Xbox won't turn on no more at all. I'm like, oh fuck, I guess I better spend $70 then.
It's almost cheaper to go buy an Xbox One S.
Between $70 and $300?
Well,
Where'd you learn math, Rambo?
249. But I mean, just think about it though. I mean, if it's your dog's 2 months old, like, what's the chance of it happening again?
I actually fixed it where it's not going to happen again. See, what I did was went and got a $1 extension cord, plugged that shit into the wall. I have that taped to my desk now, running straight up to my desk, to where if this dog chews the cord again, it's going to be the extension cord. I could find $1 in the couch to go get another one of those.
Well, true, yeah.
My dude, we need to shrink wrap your shit around your desk so that way she stops doing that.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought about building like some sort of barrier around mine so that way the cat will stay the fuck away from my damn cords. Like, cause he just gets caught up in them and takes off, and I've had to catch my TV and catch my monitor, and I'm like, that cat, I swear, if that cat, he's pulled my hard drive from my PS4 off of my desk. If he breaks something, he's just dead.
Yeah, so what's the cat's limit? Like, what does it have left to do before you just kill it? I mean,
if he makes it to where I can't use one of the TV or the PS4 or the Xbox, yeah, he's dead. He's gone.
Shander, what have you been playing besides not your Xbox?
Overwatch and on PC, of course, and well, not of course, I have to. So Overwatch on PC and LA Noire on PC. So yeah, that's what I've been doing.
LA Noire, is that actually any good? I have it and I haven't touched it.
Oh my god, I beat that on PS3. I beat that on 360, and I'm playing it on PC. To me,
yeah, I liked it. I liked it on PS3. It was pretty good on PS3.
I didn't platinum it or anything, Rambo.
No, I didn't either.
I beat it. It's not too shabby though. It's worth checking out if it's cheap enough or if you have it. Oh yeah, you said you have it. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I have it. I just Jamie bought it, I think, for me a long time ago, and I just never started it. Tends to happen with some of my games on my Steam library. I'm not gonna lie.
It does start a little slow because you're like in like the 1950s or whatever, and you're a cop, so it's not as action packed as you would want it to be from the start. So.
Yeah. It's a pretty decent game though. I mean, it's got a pretty good story to it too.
Oh, definitely.
Nice. All right. Well, I've been playing. I played FIFA a little bit, and I've been on PC with this guy. As of last night, that is, of course. Usually, I'd be playing anything on Xbox. Usually, I've been really cracked out on Paladins for some reason on Xbox now. Played some Call of Duty, got my ass beat. Played some with him a couple days ago before his the death of his power supply. And we got our asses creamed. Like, we just fucking suck at the game now. It's like, oh, well, that's kind of what happens when you stop playing it after a while.
It's Thursday now, so a week from today I can play my Xbox. I can't fucking wait.
Oh yeah,
I've been playing.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Oh no, I've been playing, like, trying to platinum Watch Dogs 1, and I'm actually kind of surprising. Like, that game is so old. But there's like I think 4 or 5 online trophies, and I would go in there and try to like find somebody to hack or whatever, and I would be sitting there thinking forever, and it's taking me straight into people's matches. Like, there's a ton of people playing Watch Dogs online, which is very surprising.
It's free next month on Xbox.
Yeah, I actually own it on Xbox. But I've been trying to platinum that, and then I just bought Overwatch, and there's some people on Twitter that said they'd play with me or whatever, and then I've been playing a little bit of Destiny as well, just because Destiny 2 the trailer kind of got me hyped into wanting to play Destiny some more.
Wait, you're gonna platinum Overwatch?
I'm gonna try to, yeah.
Oh, this should be
Man.
good.
Yeah, dude, it is so difficult.
For like people like y'all, I mean, we're just
No, it is difficult. They're
me see.
constantly nerfing and or buffing characters to make their challenges for their achievements or trophies or whatever completely like just come at you sideways. Like my favorite character is Diva, and her main achievement is to kill 4 people at once with her ultimate. Like 6 months ago, you could have done that pretty easy. Now you're lucky if you get 2. I mean,
Yeah, they all have to be
I just
like
looked at the
damn near.
estimated.
They have to all be
estimated-
like
each other.
damn near half-life, or they all have to have like at least 20% of their life gone before you do it, or it's just going to be a waste.
Difficulty, yeah, you said it's 8 out of 10.
It's rough.
See?
You wouldn't figure that game would be that
Platinum
rough.
Paladins. That's got like 20 trophies.
Does Paladins
My son
actually
did
have a
the other
platinum?
day. Yep.
I heard actually. I mean, there's somebody that one of my friends that actually said that Paladins is actually better than Overwatch.
I like both.
It's a preference.
Yeah, it really is. Like, I like both. I enjoy both immensely. Like, I think what it is like, I'm an old school Team Fortress 2 fan, so I can really adapt to either game pretty well and enjoy them equally, so.
But Paladins looks like a lot
So,
like
to me, it's just
Overwatch.
a preference thing.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't help. It doesn't help that they both came out around the same time, and like Paladins was in a development cycle a little bit longer than Overwatch, and some people have like just decided to say that Paladins was a ripoff, and I don't know. I don't really care. I like both.
It looks. I mean, the characters even. There's a lot of similarities between the characters, even the looks of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is. They have like their Soldier 76. They have their Diva. Matter of fact, it's my son's favorite character is Ruckus, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little tiny guy in the mech. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
so there's a lot of similar traits to the both of them.
It's like, I don't know what it is, but like, it seems like fucking Amazon is just having some massive sales right now on some monitors, dude.
Yeah, I try not to go to my Amazon after you and Gamer Dragon are on my PC, so there's that.
Well, like, I'm looking at this right now, and they have a 5 millisecond response time monitor, and it's $98 by Scepter, and it's one of their highest rated monitors. And the thing that I like about it is it's a super thin bezel, and
that's
the
a must.
dude, the monitor itself is like, I want to say, I think they said it was like not even an inch thick. Like, it's like literally like a quarter of an inch, maybe. Like, Jesus.
Right on.
But whatever, it's that IPS. I gotta have IPS.
See, so when Brim and Gamer Dragon come over, not only do they hijack my Twitter, well, Brimstone hijacks my Twitter.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's why you see things like I got $5 and a tight asshole who wants to party. That stuff doesn't come out of my mouth.
Oh, it definitely goes into his mouth, though. That's for sure.
Then they go on my Amazon account.
Don't know what you're talking
and
about.
they'll search for things like big dildos, or let's see, Gamer Dragon. who
I
just
have
recently
no
discovered,
idea what you're talking about. I think you're
Who
full of
just
it.
recently discovered smoking ganja, searched for fucking pipes in the shape of penises. So
Don't know what you're
and then
talking about.
And then there's some practical stuff too, like Brim was buying new flooring, so he looked that up. So when I go to my Amazon, I got pipes and dildos and then flooring. So yeah, I don't need Amazon right now.
But bro, it sounds like you're having a party on your computer.
Yeah,
Party at Shane's house, dildos included. Go.
I still get those random likes for like the tweets that you make, like tight asshole, $5 who wants to party.
I know. That's all right.
I've been told I'm a liar because I don't have either $5 nor a tight asshole. I'd like to know how they can prove that.
Or do you want to know how they can prove it?
I mean, I can give them some pointers, Shane, if you want. I mean, I don't know if you really want that to happen, but I can make it happen. Just say when. No, but it is time to get going. I gotta get going. I got food that I need to do. So we're just gonna say this. Rambo doesn't get on very much anymore because he's got addicted to masturbating to some gay porn.
In VR.
You know it. In VR, yeah, VR gay porn.